Boom, 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 boom. Guys, we are not stopping yet. If you're just joining this show, please hit that upvote button and consider becoming a member. YouTube is doing a promo, 50% off promo. You can become a member for 50% discount. The link to becoming a member is in the chat. Guys, check it out. It's good fun, and you'll be able to help me run these shows every single day. We're having the very, very interesting episodes today. AOC, Boston Collector, welcome to the show, guys. We got Cam in the back room where we like him. Cam, stay there. Cool. I like to have Cam in the back room. Just chilling, he's not causing any havoc. Perfect, guys. Interesting show. Apparently, evidently, Mr. George Voorhees. Oh, drop the link. Dropping the link for George. It's first time appearance. Hey, any predictions? What do you think he looks like?
Oh, I have no idea. Probably middle-aged.
Hands-only camera.
Between 40 and 50. Probably Caucasian, slim, good-looking guy. He's a doctor, so
it's a doctor-looking guy. What do doctors look like?
He'll have a doctor-looking appearance.
A doctor.
Interesting.
I dropped the wrong link. I dropped the wrong link. Sorry.
Jeez, Tim.
I'm sorry.
George, when you click on the link, turn off your YouTube, check your audio and video settings. No rush. Just get it right.
Huge shout out to The Looking Glass for becoming a member. Guys, welcome to the Staff Writers, Looking Glass. I really appreciate your support. Guys, become members. It's your I don't know if YouTube's gonna do this stuff in the future. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Maybe.
Tim, while we're waiting for George, I wasn't on your earlier show, but I wanted to ask you a few questions. Were you the one who came up with the idea to charge $2,000 for people to join a private Facebook group?
No, that wasn't my idea.
That wasn't you?
No, it wasn't my idea.
That was somebody else. Okay. Were you the one who offered to sell watches and then buy them back for 25% more 3 months later, only to renege on that offer and not buy any of those watches back from any of the people who bought them?
No, that wasn't my idea. I haven't done
wait a minute.
that.
That wasn't you?
No.
Did you do a media blackout for 2 weeks where you pretended to be robbed and flee the country with everybody's consigned watches and then come back only to say that it was a hoax and that you were actually giving away stuff at charity? Was that you?
Now, I had that idea, but I never implemented it. I never implemented it because I thought, man, this is the stupidest idea that I've ever had. And I didn't actually put it into use.
I'm confused. Are you wait? You must be the guy. You are the guy that rented the $95,000 a month penthouse in New York.
No, not me. Must be a wrong guy. Could be a wrong guy. I know. It's crazy.
Wait. Okay. You're the guy. I remember this. You're the guy that got robbed for $1 million worth of watches. That were just walking around in the backpack.
No, that wasn't me either. See, none of those things that you said, except one, which was kind of I had similar idea, but I didn't actually do it. But none of those ideas, none of those things were me. Surprise! I know.
I guess my point is we only talked about those things in the sense that they were legitimate things that happened that were newsworthy that we talked about. I don't think you ever, and I think you brought this up, ever attacked him once personally. Correct?
Right. No. Right. Exactly. No, I spoke about the ideas and the
ideas and the business decisions that he was making. As a matter of fact, his so-called friends, the dealers who supported him all that time, when stuff came out about his personal life, they dropped him like a rock, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
We never once him. You never once said anything about his personal life, did you?
Let me tell you something. Let me read these 3 super chats. I'll tell you a story. Ron the Shrink, $2. Boot Boston. This is George's moment. Oh, we love
I'm just
Boston.
here for support. I'm wearing the Seamaster today. I'm going
Oh,
low
he's very
key.
humble. Very
I'm going low
humble.
key today.
Beautiful Seamaster.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm not even wearing a watch. I got my Explorer 2 here on the table. Dirk Diggler, $2 at the Copa Cabana. Thank you, Dirk.
That's Dirk. Dirk knew that I was at the Barry Manilow concert last night. So.
Pavel, $2. Let's put up the Miami casting couch video. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was a good video actually. The Miami casting couch. I remember. I tried to squeeze in. Oh, we got George.
Wait. We're getting a sneak peek of what George looks like.
Hi, George.
And
here we go.
He looks everything exactly like we thought he would.
Slim Caucasian man. Hey, gentlemen, how are you guys?
Hey, George. Good.
Hey.
It's been a long time. OC, nice to
George,
see you.
George,
Boston.
pleasure to see you, my friend.
All right.
Boston,
Welcome to the
Tim,
show.
what can I say? You know, the living legend, Tim Wright.
Hey,
I'm humbled and I am grateful to come on and just kind of talk watches with you guys.
hey,
You guys
we're honored to have you here. But look at this, we're wearing same shirt.
hey, you know, geniuses, right?
Oh.
OC.
George, can I ask a question? I remember when you first started chatting on Tim's show. It was probably maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Is that, or have you been watching way before that, or did you just start watching 3 or 4 months ago?
It actually goes way back. I used to watch Archie Luxury like 9-10 years ago when he first started. So that's how I really got into this. And back then he was wild and crazy, and he's kind of mellowed out quite a bit now, you know. So it was kind of a jump start to my watch collections. And in fact, he convinced me to buy a Patek 5035. And I don't have it here with me today, but I still have that. And so he was talking about complications and Pateks, and it was funny because I just happened to go with Goldberg at that time before it was Watchbox, and they had one. And so I thought, well, if Archie likes it, I like it. What the hell did I know? You know?
Hey,
you had been collecting long before that without any guidance from the internet or anything like that.
I can't tell you that for sure, OC, because it's just like basically collection or just an addiction. I don't know what the difference is. You know, it's a fine line. So some of my family members think I need to seek help, or I have a psychiatric issue with this stuff, or, you know, but I've been collecting since probably about 2000, to say the least. So this is probably, this is just like my collection. And I have friends who borrow my pieces. And for me, you know, I love when family and friends, hey, do you have this piece? My daughter's getting married. I'd like to wear it. Sure, take it. Go have a good time with it, you know. So I enjoy them. I wear them. I don't sell, but if the right opportunity comes, well, you know, you can always be swayed. But I want to just basically let you guys talk to me, and I have a lot of stuff laid out for you. I have stuff from Glasuta, I have Panerai, I have Cartier.
What was the first real watch that you bought back in 2000?
I knew you were going to ask that, OC. So my first real watch that I bought in 2000 was, believe it or not, a Movado. And for me, the life of it was, I just finished school, and I thought, well, I'm going to be a professional. I got to get something good. I went to Bloomingdale's, spent like $900 on a Movado. I had no clue what it was, and it was just a chance buy, and that was that, you know.
But was it a simple one with basically a plain
simple black with like a little
black dial with the diamond?
Yeah,
kind of.
And I thought that was the biggest diamond I've ever seen in my life. And I thought, what a deal for $900.
I remember flying to Korea about like 8 years ago or something like that with the roommate, and looking at the catalog in the airplane, looking at that watch and thinking about buying it, but I didn't pull the trigger because, man,
there's something about that design.
Can I
something
just
about the design that's so iconic and elegant.
It is. I just want to make a quick comment. I've been watching your stream, Tim, and I can tell you right now, you have some really good people on your stream. Paul Yaisimides, what a great guy. We were just talking about our travel to Ireland a few years ago, and I said I really liked Smithwick's, beer, and he offered right out of the blue to send me a 12-pack. He didn't have to do any of that, but he offered and talked to me about setting up some, ways to get it shipped to our state, which is illegal, but he offered that. MCM, what a quality man he is, just a real salt of the earth individual, very quality person. And then, Dirk, he's my homeboy from the OC. So Dirk, we got to hang out, buddy. Me and you are going to raise some hell back home. We got some ties that, you and I, we got to start setting OC back on fire. But he is so hilarious. Some of the stuff, man is a genius. Some of the stuff he comes up with, I just like laugh out loud. And for me, it's like so fun to come on just to watch him like write up some of the stuff. Where he gets it from, I don't know, but he's brilliant. And James the advisor, Ron the shrink, Blondie, gotta love them all. And
the characters, right?
And OC and Hoff and Diego, you guys are all good. You too, Boston. You're pretty.
Boston is a great new addition.
Collector, yeah. And you've got a great community. And, I was listening to Archie stream and everybody's talking about like, oh, so-and-so is getting so-and-so and all this stuff. You just stay in your lane. You're doing fine. You're going to do really well. You're going to do better than getting all these quote unquote watch experts. You get average people like Boston and me and other people who come on board, and you're going to grow your channel exponentially. I know.
Thank you for really kind words. Actually, I mean, this is something that I've kind of learned the hard way with the whole Paul Thorpe situation that happened. Maybe I'll share some stories with you later. But I love the people, and I try to I'm trying to make sure that my audience has as much fun as possible, and I don't want it to get too crazy. I don't want it to be full on just really like dry watch talk, but mixing it in with a little bit of few personalities here and there is that's what I think makes for the best stream.
You got probably the best stream online. To be honest with you, I really enjoy yours. I don't miss it. Even when I'm at work and I'm like in between my patients, I'm like, oh my God, I missed this part. OC's about to say something or you're about to say something off the wall, and my staff thinks it's like nuts. The patients can hear it in the operatories, and they're like, what's he listening to?
Oh,
and it's hilarious, so it's great to be here. And like I said, I just enjoy my watches. I enjoy what I have, and I'm grateful for what I have. And whatever you guys want to ask me, or I'm ready to go. So
sure. All right. See this
let me just get these super chats, and we'll take a look at the. Sure. We'll go in some kind of order. We'll go from.
Just give me 1 second. Go ahead.
Let's see here. Ross Rachel Brady, $5 super chat. So good to see Boston Collector, OC, George, and Tim. Much respect and love. Ross Rachel Brady, thank you so much, man. This guy always puts a smile on everyone's face. Very positive, very, very nice guy. Jimmy, $2. Thank you for coming on and sharing the watches, George. Really appreciate it.
George. It doesn't matter.
And Dirk Diggler.
George.
Long Beach, Dirk knows.
There we go. Representing the LBC.
That's right. You know too, OC. I know you know.
Yeah, LBC is technically not Orange County, though, is it? That's Los Angeles County.
That's LA County, yeah. And this is a Cal State Long Beach hat. So I didn't go there, but I have some family friends, and they gave me the hat to wear. So
gotcha. So do you want to talk a little bit about your personal life? Anything about what kind of doctor you are? We know you're in California, but
yeah. So right now, I'm an Orange County native, but I reside in the Pacific Northwest, and I like to say I'm just in the dental profession, and I just do a little bit of dentistry on some of my closest family and friends. So that's pretty much about it. And I have three things that I like to do in life. I like to enjoy it. I like to have fun with it, and I'd like to definitely live it to the full. So that's my motto. And definitely it's been, I'm 50, so it's been a great ride so far.
Hey, that's like everyone else besides me is 50 by the it seems to be.
You'll get there, my friend.
Yeah,
You'll get there real quick, and then you'll wonder what the hell has happened.
I know.
So you turned 30. You got the Movado. Did you catch the bug at that time, or was there some other either milestone or something or event or kind of interest that spurred you into getting something else?
So my walk through this is basically I was basically in hibernation from about 2000 to about 2006. So my sister was getting married. So I decided like I'm gonna get my first adult watch, and I thought, well, what I will do is let me just go to the store and see what I could get. So the first watch I got was basically this. Can you guys see this? Okay.
Oh, here we go. Let's see.
It's the Rolex GMT Master 2, the Pepsi dial
beautiful
with the aluminum bezel. And basically I walked in and, and I thought at the time I was just, like I said, I didn't have a lot of money at that point. And I thought at that time, I'm like, oh my God, it's like $5,000. Holy, should I just ask for like a little bit of a discount or what, and my dad was with me and he has zero understanding of watches, but he knows how to haggle. And he's like, well, he can't afford all that. What's, can you do 3,200? And the guy said, no, we can't do that. Basically an hour later, we got $3,500 for this watch, box papers, brand new and everything. And I have put that watch through living hell. I've surfed the Pacific Ocean, Huntington Beach. Dirk, I know you know that. Surf City. I went Honolulu with it. I went on jet skis in Lake Superior. Did everything with this watch. Ski, you name it. I've done it all. So this has a lot of emotional attachment for me. So that's definitely.
Is your dad Native American or an immigrant?
No, he's immigrant. So he immigrated here, and it was just basically my sister and myself. And my parents didn't have a lot of money, but what they did is they made sure that myself and my sister were educated. And that was like for them the most valuable thing that they could ever do. So they got me educated, they got my sister educated, and they consider themselves to be very successful in life. So
yes,
and it's been great. So I
may be jumping ahead, but did you ever buy your father a watch?
Oh, see, I knew you were going to ask that too. I knew it. The only person we're missing in here is Ron the Shrink, because I think he's got me figured out pretty well, just as much as you did. So funny story. So last year I got a Rolex Platinum Platinum Day Date from my AD. And it was basically the blue quadrant dial, which was discontinued. And so my father came over to visit, and he was like trying on some watches, and he goes, "Oh man, this is really nice." And I said, "Well, Pops, you want it?" And he's like, no, I don't want it. And I said, "Why don't you just take it?" And it took a little bit of convincing, and he took it. And it's a small reimbursement for how much he's paid. And that's the one right there, Tim.
This one right here.
Whoa. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow. Yeah,
those are nice.
That is quite a gift.
Yeah. So,
but it's nothing compared to what he's done for you. I mean,
yeah, absolutely,
incredible.
It's like I said, I think I've been blessed, maybe more than I deserve to be. But I like to share my stuff, stuff with my family, friends, and everyone. So you give what you get, and you get what you give, and so it's a motto that I live by. So
incredible gesture. Wow.
Is there something about the GMT Master 2 that you were attracted to in terms of looks, or was it just like you saw it in the case, or the salesperson brought it to you and you're like, whatever, sure?
That was the only thing I could afford at that time, OC.
All right.
That was the maximum I could afford. He had all these like Daytonas there, and I had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
There was
No
Daytona.
idea.
Well, were there steel Daytonas in the case,
I think those were the 116520s.
Wow.
So they had everything at that time. Everything was discounted. You could pick whatever you want, and you could walk out with it. I mean, I had no idea. I just said, my maximum I could afford is $5,000, and my credit card limit at the time was 10. So I'm like, oh man, this is typical Archie Luxury. Put it on the credit card and pay it.
It was a lot of money 15 years ago.
You could have probably at that time you could have saved money if you got it on the gray market, but
well, I don't think there really was a gray market at that time, to be honest with you. At least that I know of.
Oh, it would have been very, very dangerous as well, because the information wasn't as readily available as it is today.
Right.
Let me just get these super chats for you guys. LDA $2. George rapping the city, new favorite panel member.
Thank you.
One of our favorite members in the chat too. Diego, $10 super chat. Franklin Roosevelt once said, "No man was more of an American soil than Wargies." Really looking forward to your collection, George. Dip that 16710 in the Pepsi.
Diego's the man. I really like Diego. He's such a good guy too. You got some really good people in this stream. I really do. Diego is very, very sweet. I can't wait to meet him. I'm coming to Atlanta. I heard.
Yeah, this Friday. There's so much work.
And what is it? Who was the gentleman? The gentleman Mikey. With the cigar collection. That is unreal.
Yes.
Unreal. Oh man, I absolutely love a good cigar, and I mean, when I saw that, my eyes just literally. I mean, it takes a lot to impress me, and that one, his collection of cigars just blew my mind away.
We had so many people who are into cigars, but you're right. I haven't seen anyone with a collection like that. I mean, everybody knows that Cars like his cigars. Ball and B. I've seen Ball and B on Instagram. He loves his cigars. He's got like a humidor. But man, when I saw Mickey with the freaking humidor the size of a fridge, that's crazy. Beautiful. Beautiful.
That was impressive. Totally impressive.
Ron the Shrink, $5. Giving your dad a platinum day date is a microcosm of an American dream.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah. And Ron, he's kind of in the area where I'm at right now. He's a pretty good guy too. He's pretty funny.
Yeah. He's really, really nice guy.
Yeah.
He, he's a very humble guy and great contributor. He's been watching all these shows for very, very long time.
I have many friends who are psychiatrists, and you talk about a difficult profession. That is a hell of a profession. Hell of a profession.
Should I'm gonna try to introduce him to another psychiatrist who's in this watch community when he's back, because he's away right now. But
when you got the Pepsi, George, was that something that you were wearing every day? Was it your daily watch from then on?
Oh yeah,
pretty much it. That was it. So
for how long? For how long?
Oh, let's see. Believe it or not, I almost went another 9 years without a watch. So I just wore that to everywhere, and then I met a friend of mine, and he was like, "Hey, George, I just want to tell you, the Rolex is good, but you got to look at maybe like a Patek." And I thought, first thing I said was Patek. I never heard of this thing. What is it? Is that like, in our culture, there's like a Patek, which is like a mango pickle. And I thought that's kind of strange to name a watch company after like a mango pickle, So I thought, okay, well, I'll go check it out and see. And then I started studying it and, going into that a little bit more and slowly moved into that. So yes. So about like 2015-ish.
Wow. And that's around the time that you found Archie on YouTube.
Yeah, roughly about that time, 2014, 2015. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you've been watching the videos, the collection reviews.
Yes. And
has he ever done a collection review for you or something?
He has not. He has not. And he's a really good guy. And I've just haven't been following him as much as I should be. But recently,
Yeah.
after I started following you, I've been going back to him quite a bit. Just listening to him. But I still think, doesn't he have a 5035 still, or did he get rid of
He
that?
does. He got it back.
Yeah.
He got it back. In fact, I was on his live streams when he got it back. I remember the day the guy was man, it was crazy. Everyone was telling him not to do it, but man, he really truly loves that watch. He has such history with it. When he bought it, he really wanted it. Then he sold it to buy the piano for his wife and kids, and then he had the chance to get it back because the guy was selling it. Probably at that point, he kind of had to do it because if that was sold through some other means, he probably would never be able to get it back. But quite an adventure that watch had. Very important watch in Patek catalog as well. The annual calendar.
Yes, I think it was their first foray into annual calendars. Correct, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was.
So
yeah.
I have that, and I enjoy it. I wear it every so often, but it's kind of not as much as I should. But I still have that.
It's and a very classic watch.
Yes, and that was like my first real watch that I purchased. So I have to blame Archie.
After the Pepsi, you jumped to a Patek dress watch, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I bought
annual calendar.
So I wanted to make this comment real quick. There's only the pieces that I'm going to show you guys. Most of them I have either purchased through my gray market friend or through or my AD. I do not pay anything over retail. Period. I just don't do that. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I don't like it, and I don't participate in that because I think you're just waiting to get your head chopped off, as we're finding out now. Yeah. So a lot of these pieces I bought at retail or substantially below retail. So, and I got the 5035 I bought through Goldberg before they were Watchbox. Box papers, everything at that time was about like 16,000.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't know what they're worth now, but to me, it doesn't matter because for me, it is my first major real watch purchase, I think.
So, how many Pateks do you have in your personal collection?
So I have a 5227G, and that basically after I got that, then I started rolling. And so it was after that was the 5227G. I have the 5960 1A, and then I liked it so much I got its sister 5960G with the blue dial. So I had those. I have a 5711 white dial that I purchased at retail that I don't have here for insurance reasons. I can't bring everything here, so I don't have that with me. And those are my major Pateks that I have right now.
Wow.
Any other Nautilus or Aquanaut pieces?
I do not.
Just the 15711. Cool.
711.
Yeah. And it's the white dial. And I think I told you guys the story about this. And I'll be brief. I just basically walked in. There was a whole bunch of 5711, 5712, and everything was available. And it was about $24,000 at the time, $23,000 at the time. And I said, well, again, I was on a budget. I didn't have, it was the last few years when I started having a little more financial remuneration, I should say. But that time I just thought, well, this is a really nice watch. It looks good, daily wear. And the guy tried to convince me to get the blue dial. And I said, no, I kind of like the white. And, hindsight's 2020, but here we are. That's all right. Yeah. You can't get them all, right?
Yeah.
You can't. If we had the crystal ball, everyone cannot be winner, right? Even with the white dial, that is extremely.
That's the one he wanted. That's the one he picked.
Yeah,
it's not a mistake.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. Look, it's just we're thinking about watches in terms of today. I get even my kind of Rolex collection gets a lot of hate, but like during the time that I was buying it, they were not really that hot, and now the prices are coming back. So in a couple of years, I could have a shitter collection. So it's all up and down. It's completely unpredictable. So
we were talking about the 5960. So here is the 5960G,
Oh,
the white gold, the blue dial, and this is the magic right here.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys could see that, but this is
you can
just
bring it closer
made.
to the screen. Let's see here.
Can you guys see it okay?
No, it's reflecting now.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys see okay right there?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, perfect.
Actually,
So this is just really the calf leather, the watch itself, annual calendar and chrono. You get 2 for 1, you know, and like I said, I just really love that watch. Let me just reach over here. I'm sorry.
So just
I had everything laid out. And chronograph.
And that's a 12-hour chronograph, right?
That is correct.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
and that's the annual calendar with everything in one row. So it's just like a lot of people underestimate that.
I'm not a movement guy. So if you're asking me for what movement's in it or whatever, you can forget about it. It ain't happening. I buy a watch because I like the way it looks. I'm a dial guy. I love dials. I like unique dials. I like to find the strangest dials that are out there. And I like to wear those and just kind of enjoy it. So here's the other one. This is the 5961A, the white, the stainless steel. And again, what's unique about Patek that I found out later is the red marker or the red timing hand on this. It's only present in the 5960 models. No other models that they have made has that.
Red.
Yep. And this was only made.
We were looking at this just the other day. I remember I think someone dubbed it to Liza Minnelli or something like that, right? Because
you know, you can't please everyone. I just buy for what I like. So, you know, and basically, let me just and the back is just as stunning. And the bracelet to me is the best bracelet that Patek has made. It is just absolutely
it's like butter. It's like butter.
It fits so well, and I cannot argue with what they've done with those watches. And for me, you know, and I paid like almost literally nothing for those. If I could just give a quick story, the 5960, and I'll make it really short. I bought during the middle of COVID from somewhere in Boston you probably know the store, Boston Collector. Just saw it on their website, and I called. It was like March of 2020, and they needed the money. And I said, well, this is what I got. This is all I can afford. And they said, sure, it's yours. So we made a deal there. So
is that the European watch company?
Nope. It's Shreve, Crump and Lowe. Yeah. So I have a couple of pieces I brought from there. Good people, and I think they were having a fire sale probably at that time. And I picked up some nice pieces from them real well.
How much did you pay?
That was during COVID, right?
Yes, exactly. It was right like end of March.
When it started to tank, right?
Yeah. It was probably like right at about end of March, like the 26th, 27th, because I remember COVID was about the 15th or 16th of March. I paid $34,000 for that.
For the 59601A?
Yep.
Wow.
What the that is like the highest grade of
I've got something else I got something else you guys might like, but I'll wait for that one a little later.
Hey George, I have a question on that.
What's up, Boston?
Was that watch, what was that watch before that little crash that we had there for COVID?
I don't think I think it was like about I think it was like mid 40s.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I really don't know what the value of this watch is right now. And I would like, you know, I just would like to let everyone know is you know, I buy watches because I like them. Of course, I want to get a good deal on them, but I'm not like, oh my God, it's down $20,000 today.
Right.
If you don't have the money to buy a watch and enjoy a watch, you shouldn't be buying it, you know. And so I just, like I said, I just enjoy it. I wear it. You know, I try to cycle them through every so often. Most of the time at my office during my visits with my patients, I don't usually wear a watch because it's unhygienic. So, but for most times I wear it to the office, put it away, and wear it when I go home. So,
And while you were collecting this beautiful assortment of Pateks, were you also thinking about other brands too at the same time, pre-2020?
Pre-2020, I started my research into FP Journe. And I will tell you this, that was a deep dive. I started maturing in my watches, OC, between 2015 and about 2020. Okay. And at that time I had a little more free time. I took on a partner at my office and we were doing really well. I could take a little time off and started to say, hey, okay, these are the things I enjoy. This is what relieves my stress. Let me get into this. So I started looking into FP Journe, and basically Watchbox was the channel I used to go to. In fact, the funny story was Tim Masso used to be with a company called What You Want. I don't know if you guys knew that, but before he moved to Watchbox, he was with What You Want, and he was doing these videos, and he was always talking about the rise of independence. And he was talking about Lange, and he was talking about Journe. And so I just started, okay, well, let me just pick on one at this time, and I started looking into Journe. So yes.
Whoa, RH Max, $20 super chat. Have you all seen the Richard Hartwin 10 million watch collection? If not, please give them a look and discuss your favorites. Rolex, Daytona, and many more. Very interesting.
Maybe we'll continue with George and circle back on that question a little bit later.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I guess I have some other watches here. I have Lange. I have
with the FP Journe. What was the first FP Journe that you purchased?
Okay, so the very first FP Journe I have right here. This is my one of my most favorite watches that I wear. This is the FP Journe Platinum.
Oh my God!
Chronomet Souverain Havana dial.
Beautiful.
One second. Can you guys see this? Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
And
wow,
if you look back here,
that's strong. Yeah.
Look at
even I like that one.
I don't know. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's just
that's good like that.
I live
if you
on a
bring it
golf
even
course,
closer, like even closer,
and angle it.
Yeah.
There you go, and just hold it there. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, really nice.
It's just crazy when you see these in real life. I mean, this is just
very
incredible.
thin.
Yeah,
very thin. So here you go.
Wow.
And basically, the same story as with the 5960s. I saw it at Shreve & Co. And I called them, and at that time it was $36,000. And the gentleman and I went through a negotiation from hell on it. And basically, I told him 30,000, and we met at 30,500, and he threw in 2 straps with it. So 2 FP Journe straps.
Wow.
So there you go. So, those were back in those days, but now times have changed quite a bit, And
you never know what's going to be a winner in the future, right? This George, can you tell these guys?
You don't.
Like you can only buy what you like.
So, Tim, you make such a great point, and I want to say something. Tim, you know your stuff about watches. I am so impressed about some of the stuff. Behind all the quirkiness and all the cookies and everything, your watches left and right. And I am so impressed by some of the stuff that It is just blows my mind. But today's dogs are tomorrow's beauty queens. And I follow the simple rules of like Warren Buffett. I always read his letters on Berkshire Hathaway and everything. And I will tell you this, in my office, I have like 2 sayings that are up on my wall. One is basically, if you can't never love something that doesn't love you back. That's what number 1. I don't love my watches. I enjoy my watches. That's it. Second thing is when everyone is on one side of the boat, it's always best to be on the other side. And so, I just occasionally like to think, today's in everything in life, like stock market, real estate, when it's the most painful, when it hurts the most, it's like, oh, I don't want to buy it because it's going lower. Oh, I don't want to buy it because it's like, I know it's going to go lower. That's when the best investments are made. And in real estate and stocks in just about everything that you do in life. So, that's just my piece of advice.
But that FP Journe wasn't purchased because you thought, oh, well, Tim Moss was talking about this because it's going to be a great future investment. It's going to be worth so much you bought it because he mentioned it as a cool new independent brand with amazing horology, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And you didn't go out and just buy it. You bargained for it.
That's right. I really was prepared to not have it.
Yeah.
And all these pieces, I was completely happy if I don't have it. I can get pretty much, and I'm not trying to brag or anything. I don't want to say anything that may sound arrogant or anything like that. But if I really want something, I could go out and get it, and it doesn't affect me. But I don't want to do that. That's not the kind of person I am. I value, the chase. I value the hunt. I like the negotiation. It makes better relationships, and all the relationships I have with my ADs, they know where I stand, and they know that, I don't play the buy and flip them game and things like that. So
the journey to get these watches is in many ways more interesting than the watch that you get at the end. I know that was my experience with almost everything that I have, even though it's just simple stuff. I had the most fun when I was chasing them. Let's get these super chat from Dirk Diggler, $5. George, I have a molar that needs to be extracted. Maybe when we meet up, we can LS the poll on Tim's live stream. LOL.
Live stream the.
We can live stream the poll. Hey. Oh yeah,
Dirk, I got all the good drugs at the office, my friend. I'll hook you up so good that you wouldn't even know what day of the week or what month or what year it is. We'll be going back to our high school times, my good friend.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Let me just turn the light on in here real quick.
Hey.
Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
This guy's cool because he's on the show. He hasn't mentioned AMG or BMW M5 or the Lamborghini or any of that nonsense. None of that artificial flexing. He's just a regular guy that's just, is a professional. He's successful, and he started buying watches, and he enjoys his watch. It's just,
and that's pretty much
so refreshing, And
like he's I said,
you weren't supposed to be hearing that, George.
Well, and like I said, I like some of my friends ask for these watches, and I let them, use it. It doesn't upset me none. I said, go ahead, have a good time with it. When you're done, just bring it back to me. That's it. And and a lot of them get involved in it too. Once they start wearing it, they're like, oh my God, I got this compliment versus my Timex or my Seiko or whatever, and now I'm going to go ahead, So it's
so after
I'm gonna play it in a second. That's
so after the first FB Journe, you've collected several more since then.
Oh yeah, I have some Langes. I got into deep dives of Langes. I have De Bethune here. I can show you all those. So I have pretty much the entire evening I've closed up for you guys. So
thank you.
Yeah,
really, that's so cool.
Yeah,
I think run the
actually one of the very, very few members or viewers of Tim's show that actually has a Richard Mille.
I do have a Richard Mille. It's the RM 67 with the white gold with the diamond sets on the dials. And unfortunately, because of insurance issues, there's just no way. Chubb won't allow that kind of stuff to happen. So, and the other thing is, it's actually back at my home in the OC. So,
gotcha.
Did you mention you live on the golf course?
I do.
Okay, because you're not the only one. Say hello to the Docs report, by the way, for me.
Well, I'm on the west side, my friend. I am no,
okay.
The interesting thing about all this crap is I could care less if you're a trust fund or a billionaire or what. It doesn't make any difference to me whatsoever.
It would make difference to me. My life would be much better.
But it's just so ridiculous. It's like saying, okay, all these athletes make millions of dollars a year, and yet we watch them. Who cares? You're
George, you don't stay awake. You don't stay awake at night, sleepless, wondering how much Tim collects in super chats the night before.
Hey, look, you know what? He puts forward an effort to do all this, and he's not saying, "Oh, send me money, send me money." If you want to do it, you can do it. You don't have to do any of it, right? So, so be it. And it's just, haters will hate Tim. And, he's just Sorry, Ducks.
That's just how it
Ducks
is.
report. I'm sure I'll be on there tomorrow. What a loser, you know. Bringing the, you know, it's just, I just hate that kind of stuff. It just really annoys me. You know, it just eats at my craw. You know, if he didn't have you, he has nothing on his channel. You know?
I know. It's just some people. I'm just glad I give him something to I don't know, to think about. Maybe he didn't have a meaning and now he has one. So that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Run the Shrink, $5 super chat. I'm an expert in body language, and Boston seems really respectful right now. No big deal, just an observation.
Come on.
The only thing I'm resentful is that he plucked those watches right from under my nose in Boston.
Oh yeah.
Well,
for all you know, I was looking at the same ones.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Boston. You've got an impressive collection for a year. That's unreal. This is for me 22 years of doing this, you know, and you did this in a year. You know, you know your stuff a hell of a. I mean, I've heard you talk about watches. You know your stuff in and out. I'm just a guy who just enjoys the watches. That's it. You know, so
yeah.
Ooh,
Well, I appreciate
Archie wants to join us. I don't see what he's got to say. Here we go. Speedy Hernandez is asking a question. Did we just unlock a new character? Sweet.
Maybe.
So how many watches do you have at your home at any one time? I'm assuming about probably 5 to 7 max.
So I kind of keep my watches separate. I have some watches here where I'm currently reside, and then back at my home in the OC. So I never keep everything in one place because I kind of go between back and forth quite a bit. So when I get to one town, I'd like to have some watches ready to go.
You're on with the Pontiff.
Hey, Arch. Welcome to the show.
Hello, guys. Hello. Who we got here? We got George.
Yes.
We got OC. We got Boston Collector. Hey. What
how's it
collection
going?
were they talking about? What's the collection? Show me the collection.
We're talking about George's collection. By the way, he got 5035 because of you.
Oh man, you got one of those.
I got the 5035 Pontiff because of you. You started me on this hobby, so I don't know whether
they're amazing bang per buck. Actually,
I totally agree with you.
Interestingly enough, I tell you what, European watch companies got one for 26.5 at the moment. I don't know if you've seen that. They're rising. They're rising. That's actually they're a great watch. They're a great watch. And you know what? The fashion on these things changes. You got super big watches, then it goes smaller. And I gotta tell you, Swedish death cleaning. That's the newest.
Death cleaning. I'm doing Swedish death cleaning right now.
I was thinking about downsizing a bit. Like I'm in a quandary. I really got now that I'm on your show, Tim, I can tell you the truth. I'm in a quandary. I'm about to hit 50.
Yes.
I got to do all these fucking tests, diabetes test, fucking prostate.
I was just saying,
test,
everyone is 50 on my show except me.
Fucking
prostate.
I get the poo test. They checking for bowel cancer. You know what? You start looking. Let me say this: it's like when you got a car. You start looking for rust, you find problems. You know what I mean. Just fucking drive it and enjoy yourself. And I'm thinking to myself, my kids. I mean, they want the watches for the money. They don't really want the watches for the horology or anything like that. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I've been really depressed. What is it that makes me happy? And I think I got to be honest with you, buying stuff isn't necessarily the key. What I'm thinking of doing is Oh, SLC, Timmy.
One second. Dirk Diggler, $5. George, you can tell is a successful, down-to-earth guy that actually laughs at flexers and pretentious people of OC or like OC.
Especially, especially South Orange County is extremely. It's all fake boobs, facelifts. It's very superficial. It's all very money driven. So. You have to have a kind of thick skin to survive in that social climate.
SLC watch collector, $50 for the amazing collection. Nice to be chatting about watches. Speaking of flexing, we had a super chat earlier.
Holy fuck! Who is this?
This is a 10 million.
Hey, the little people. It's Richard
$10
Hart here. I just wanted to let
collection,
you know that what
Fuck!
I got is better.
But you know
Here we
what?
go.
They're all flexy.
It's all flexy. Look
Is
at
there
this.
anything that you really? I mean, I like the rainbow. I'll give you that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's
I like the two-tone
ooh,
Nautilus
yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
The
Well,
Richard
there's
Mille
the
does nothing for
Astronomia.
me. The white dial Patek 50.
That's
What's that? That's a
beautiful.
5726. Yes, that's cool. A lot of shit there I don't even like. Look at
It's
that.
a lot of
There's a
diamond. encrusted
Beauvais.
stuff.
There's what's over here?
Hey, there's one. What's it called? The beach
Leopard
Daytona.
Daytona.
Beach Daytona.
Yes, they were
Tiger.
for ladies. You know that they were for
Yeah.
ladies.
Yes, they wore it with the extra short strap. And there's a
Mm.
platinum Daytona with the Piguet dial. One with
Jeez.
racing. I'm not sure about that one, but there's the tiger's eye, and then there's I
And-
forgot what this
And a
one's called.
leopard. I think it's like a
The
leopard.
leopard, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And
cool, but
There's
what
one
else has
more
he got?
box.
Anything else?
Let's see. There's this box. Another beach Daytona.
Excuse me.
All right.
Yeah.
What is this? There's a very humble
Bluesy.
Daytona there. There's a
Two-tone.
Yachtmaster
Two-tone.
two-tone, beautiful. A bluesy.
Looks
Oh,
like a
man.
37 mil.
Yep.
Blue Sea, day.
They do.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay.
Yachtmaster rose gold
Yeah,
with the Piguet.
Yeah.
And Millie, what's this one? It's the AP.
Is that an AP?
Yeah, what is Millenary AP?
Oh, that's a million. They're pretty soft, actually.
Pretty, yeah, it's very
Uh,
soft. I mean, here's there's
fuck. But
Yeah.
just between you and me, you can see the
Rainbow.
furniture's a bit tacky, isn't it? The furniture
Very
in the house.
very
Oh,
tacky.
he's got the full Sky-Dweller at the bottom left
And-
there too.
You
Full
know what?
diamonds.
Can I just say this too? Yes.
It's not
You know what?
classy like George's watches.
But you know what?
Uh,
This guy here, you notice all his LV boxes the same interior. He doesn't have a red one. They're
George,
all
what
just.
happened?
Oh, what's George doing?
He's changing
He's fixing
location,
stuff.
I guess.
Cameras.
That's all right.
George, technical support.
So anyhow, I was thinking of a bit downsizing a bit. What do you think?
Mm.
What would be the first one or two pieces that you get rid of?
Curly Q, $2, $10. You know how this works. Mute AC. He had 2 hours of a dry, boring paint show. AC3, talk a bathroom deal. This is Tommy's lead, man. I gotta go, man. I think they're
That's
booting me.
hilarious.
See you
It's
later,
hilarious
guys.
because you just-
Timmy.
Hey,
It's hilarious because you
Don't
just had a
leave.
3-hour show. Now you hop
Don't
on
go.
here, and now you're enthusiastic about reading super chats. Finally,
Yeah,
Don't
no,
go.
that's
Please,
I
don't,
was helping
please.
Timmy out.
hey,
Timmy, you
Give me
take
the
over
word.
my stream tomorrow, okay?
yeah, I'll
No,
take
don't
care of it
leave.
tomorrow.
No.
See you later, guys.
leave.
The,
No,
the-
no,
the
no,
punters
no,
have
no.
spoken. See
Yeah,
you
no,
later.
No.
Punters. Damn, the punters. Oh, not Herman. Herman left with him. Not Herman.
Mm.
I didn't mind if Archie left, but Herman, that hurts. Why did he leave? All right, sorry for that interruption.
Yeah.
We love the craziness. All right. Hey, and also, by the way, I'm gonna drop the link to the list of prices of that collection that we just took a look at. You
I would have
guys,
done the white dial with the moon face. Is it? I don't know if it's not 5711, whatever that is.
that was the annual calendar 5711.
Yeah, that one's nice. I like the moon phase.
Probably
There you go.
the
Top right.
yeah, that one right there. That's beautiful.
it's not fair to say that this collection has no class,
No.
because these are obviously incredible pieces.
Yes, it's all factory
these-
too.
They're all factory, but these are these the wearable pieces that you wear every day, or you just
No.
you're super mega rich. You just collect them to possess
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, it's just too crazy.
Nothing wrong with it. It's just
Yeah. I think it's interesting with the diamonds too, because most people would not wear diamonds on a daily basis, but some people do, like some of the celebrities, that's all they wear is diamond,
Mhm.
the high end stuff, and
Mhm.
they're going to galas and shows and events all the time, so it kind of makes sense on some level, if they're
Possible.
doing that,
Possible. Yes. And who is this Richard Hart? Richard Hart. What does he do?
but, yeah,
I own the world's largest diamond quickest Ferrari
there
and
you
the
go.
most expensive Rolexes ever. Raised 27 million for charity. I make people rich. Free coin soon.
Yeah, I make people rich as a red flag for I'm a scammer.
Yeah, I make people rich.
There's no way to get rich quickly. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sounds like he makes himself rich with all those other things.
Yeah.
Is there a better collection out there? I mean, we're looking at actually no, size wise, maybe bigger collection, right, George? What was that?
I mean,
Only 8 times 3, 24.
24.
Right?
Yeah.
Or is it 10 in a box?
I think you're right.
We're actually George, I might say, probably has better collection.
Do we have close up pictures of some of George's collection?
I didn't send any in, OC. I just have some here. So
just between you and me, OC, George
how about
doesn't know how to send a picture.
okay, so basically, I know that I'm Indian and I'm supposed to be really good at technology, but I really suck. So I couldn't program a damn thing if my life depended on it. So it's what it is. So I just can't do it. So I can't take pictures.
I want to be selfish and ask if we can take a look at the exact model of Richard Mille that you have, because very few of us. I mean, Tim's at least held one and tried one on. I've never even tried on.
I held and tried on about 10.
Yeah,
at the London Watch Show.
I have not. I'd love to see the exact model that you have.
What's the name of the model?
Oh wow!
It's the RM 6701 with the.
What the hell? Sorry. Something's going on with my website.
Sorry.
6701
-01. Yep.
RM 67 a very
gold. It's the gold. It has the gold and diamond medium set.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It'll be this
Can you
one,
tell us which one looks like yours?
You can pull it up. I'm sorry,
this is a terrible picture on Chrono 24. Here we go. Let's see. Watch Lounge.
I think you had it there, Tim. I think you.
I'm gonna get a better quality picture.
Yeah, it's just like that, but it has the. It's on white gold. I think this is stainless steel, if I'm not mistaken, or am I incorrect? But I think it's stainless steel. But it's like this, but it has the diamonds all over the dial.
Oh, okay. On the dial or on the bezel?
I'm sorry, on the bezel. My fault.
Okay. A rose gold or white gold?
White gold.
White gold. I think I found it. This is one right here. The watch box had one. Oh no, there's no. Ah, damn it. Okay, 1 second.
So once again,
and what was the process? The process for you? The process for your getting that was that another Govberg watch box purchase?
No, it was not. It was right from the retail store, the AD. Yeah, I just walked in and I said, I'm celebrating a monumental birthday, and talked to the lady there, and I said, that looks pretty much that. Yeah, I think you've got, but mine does. Wow. Yeah, but mine does not have the diamonds on the buckle.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, it's spot on. So basically, I walked in and I just said, hey, look, I'm celebrating a monumental birthday, my 50th. And so I said, I'm a collector. I'll be good to the brand. I don't have 1 million followers on Instagram. I don't have, barely 30 followers on Facebook. And I said, but I'll love the brand. I keep it. I'll wear it. I'll enjoy it. And she said, well, we're going to do an application. And so I said, okay, well, here you go. And they wanted me to buy some weird looking RM first. And I said, I don't do that. I'm sorry. I just don't do that
Yeah. Like a ladies RM?
Yeah. No, it was one of those big or something. Yeah, it was like the big circular, like Arnold Schwarzenegger ones. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it was just weird.
Yeah, like
no,
what year was this?
Really this was just actually this was last year. So.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So
And what was retail for this one? How much did you pay?
it was I paid at the time it was 190.
190. Wow.
Which wasn't, for an RM, it wasn't
No,
bad.
no,
It was, but to get to this point, it was just basically something like it. It was a purchase because it was my 50th birthday, and it was because I had wanted this for a long time, and I worked on trying to figure out which one was the best, and looked at market pricing and all that and everything else. And I said, well, I'm not going to get other watches going forward for a little bit of time. And then I lied to myself and I got more, but it's neither here nor there. So.
When you talked to them, did you have one specific model or reference in mind, or did you give them 2 or 3 that you thought you'd be interested in?
I really just wanted, to be honest with you, I did not want any of the diamond stuff, but the lady said, oh, we have one where the gentleman was on a waiting list for it. He doesn't want it. If you're interested, you got to let us know right now. And I said, okay.
Yeah. This is the kind of thing you gotta pull the trigger. I mean, the diamonds here, this is not the end of the world. This is very, very done in a very classy way. It's not the crazy insanity that they have. No. I love this just basically 2-hander with the date. Just very simple. Yeah. No.
But Tim, it's a great watch. I love RM. I do believe RM is the future of the watch industry. I really do believe it. I have a friend of mine. He has the Nadal, and he's a huge. And I play tennis, and he plays tennis, and he wears that thing, and he hits like 90, 100 mile an hour serves with it. He sweats on it, and damn, that thing takes a licking like you wouldn't believe, and it just is unbelievable. And to me, I think Patek has the pedigree. RM has the status, I think, of the watch community. It is engineering at BMW always says it's engineering at its best. I think that's what Patek. I think that's what RM.
It's like they took the idea. I mean, it really takes some special connections to pull off a brand like RM, because it's basically like, okay, we want to make watches. We want to make the most insane watches. And but to do that, we need an unlimited budget. And this is literally, the guy Richard Mille, he had to pull some crazy strings to make this brand come true. So
and,
when do you
go ahead?
When do you get this watch out of the safe and slap it on the wrist? Is it
great question.
When you're going to a wedding or a special event,
just
or
basically charity events or things like that. I went to a celebration dinner a few weeks ago with it in Florida, and so it was worn there, and some interesting stories to tell down there. I mean, in Miami, there's like so much flash down in South Beach. It's pretty interesting. And
Diego has a great question. He's asking. He'd love to hear about some of the watches that you've tried to get, or you've been wanting to get, but you haven't been able to, or you've been shut out. That is a great question.
So that is really a great question. So I've been trying. I'm not an AP fanboy by any stretch of the means.
Don't get us started.
I am. I think AP is perhaps like the most overhyped watch, more than RM, in my opinion. I'm not. I have AP. I can show you the APs I do have, but I got them at substantial prices, which I think Tim and
Oh yeah.
Discounts on those. But I would really love to get the new what is their the 15202, but they're newer.
Oh, the 16202.
Yeah, I would really love to get that, and that's probably the only one. And there's no chance for me to get that. So
it doesn't eat away at you at night or anything.
I lose sleep every night over it. It's just I cry myself to bed every night. About it. So.
Curly Q, $5. Mr. George, you should hire Timmy for a photo shoot to memorize your collection. In return, please fix his vampire teeth.
Curly Q,
I have
that's
a grinding
really good.
problem. I grind.
Yeah. So, So I don't really. I'm more. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Richard Mille, but for me, if there is a collection that I really enjoy, is my Lange. I am a Lange fanboy to the core. So,
and are there certain Langes that you've wanted or expressed interest in that you've been unsummarily shut out of?
The Datagraph Lumen is one of my want lists, and I'm on the list to get one. So
wow,
when I do get it, you guys will be the first
let me show you something
to know on that. So, but I do have a couple of Langes if you'd like to see those.
Yes, would love to see the Lange. See, here's the thing. I'm just gonna say this: Lange and AP. They're going about like Lange, in my opinion, is going about this the right way. They're cutting production. Like they see that their brand is in high demand, and they're cutting production numbers. AP is doing the opposite. They're making more watches, and I think if the hype wears off around AP, then they're gonna be in the world of hurt.
Is
Because
that light in the background? I'm sorry, Tim. Is that light in the background?
It's fine.
Okay. Well, that's a beautiful lamp.
It's it's a baccarat lamp, so I enjoy it. Nicer thing. So.
Wow, it's crazy. Look at that. Did you see that? Jeez. I have a picture. Let me see here just a second.
We'll stay away from the lamp talk. The guys in the chat wouldn't appreciate
no lamp talk.
Sorry.
That was not my experience. I don't get involved in that.
You know what? I have a baccarat. Speaking of baccarat.
Super chat from Addis, $5. Just got home from work, and you have a Richard Mille owner on. What's going on?
I know, right?
George Varghese on.
Baccarat.
And George Varghese is nice enough to talk about his collection tonight.
And I promise when I get back down to the OC, I will call you guys up and we'll show my collection from down there.
Cool.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Thank you so much. You know what? I mean, you're always welcome to jump on the live streams. Just like, whenever.
I appreciate the invite.
Yeah.
So
one of the most interesting things have been when Tim and I were at Cellini Jewelers, and
yes,
and you popped up in the chat. We mentioned your name, I think, to Rosanna Cellini.
Yeah.
And she said, wait a minute, George, he just bought a watch for me last week or something like that. Well, how crazy a coincidence was that?
Right. I just kind of saw you guys were going down there, and I called, and I thought, well, maybe they'll see Rosanna, because she's like, to me, if you know her, I mean, she's like I like to think Tim Mosso is the female version of Rosanna, because she knows her stuff left and right, and she is well connected in the watch community, worldwide, and she knows her stuff, and she has a great sense of independence. And that's where I'm going into next, So
they have an amazing collection of independent brands at that store.
Yeah. There you go.
By the way, there you go. That's it. This is what you want. And I don't know if you know Russell. Is a great friend of the show. He brought this out for me when I was in London. This past couple of months ago. Absolutely. Oh my God. This was,
and I like to say, Bondage has a beautiful Moritz Grossman.
Yes.
And he's very classy individual, and he's got a wonderful collection from what I can kind of put bits and pieces together. His he has a Zeitwerk that I think he has, and that's just a wonderful watch, and he's just
so this is the one that you want. What are the ones that you have?
Okay.
Yes.
So I have an 1815. I don't keep it here, unfortunately. It's back in the OC. But here's the next one that I have. It's the 1815 Chrono. And this is, Lange, I always wondered why they won't flip the watch over the other way. And I think this watch should be worn backwards.
Upside down.
This is Lange. Yeah, this is Lange. And this is Lange at its best. I have spent many an hour with my loupe on watching this, because you could really just lose yourself in this. And this is the 1815 Chrono, and there is I'm sorry, Patek is really good. I enjoy my Pateks, but this is what gets the attention. This is the money shot right here.
That's what you.
My
that's what
watch
you paid.
channel asks: major catastrophe happens, and you have to liquidate your entire collection. What is the one watch that you keep?
Stay tuned.
Oh, in other words, you're consolidating.
There's one watch that I will show you later that I will go through, and I will not tell you which one yet. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's, in other words, that's the one most special watch that you'll never part with. Okay, got it.
So
thank you, my watch channel, $5.
So and the interesting story about the 1815, that chrono I got from my gray market dealer friend, and I paid $46,000 for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many parts does that have in the movement?
Oh my God! You tell me. Can you see okay here?
There we go. You can bring it closer. Closer. There you go. And just cover it with your face, like that. There you go.
There you go. Sorry.
Yeah. There you go. Wow. It's extremely common. This is the boutique only edition, correct?
It is correct.
Oh,
no, it's not. It is not. It is not. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. But
yeah, while we're chatting, if the audience wants to try and guess what that one watch is that he'll never part with, toss your guess.
But we haven't discussed that watch yet, so
yeah.
There's no way they would know what it is.
They would know what it is yet.
Okay,
right.
So I'll guess.
So then,
unless they've been paying attention in chat, right?
Maybe. This is the next Lange that I purchased, which was
that's the white gold.
Is that a factory rubber strap?
It is. It is the best rubber strap made ever. Better than any Oyster Flex that I have.
Whoa.
And here's the magic of this watch as well.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Just get that of it.
The German silver. This is the white gold, or is this the titanium?
This is the white gold. This is the white gold.
White gold.
And I just walked into in South Coast Plaza. I know Dirk knows where that is, and I'm pretty sure Herman knows where that is as well. And just walked into the Lange dealer there and just struck up a conversation. And he's like, "Well, would you like to, try one of our, Lange Odysseus?" And this was in 2021, and I said, "Sure. Here's my credit card."
Wow.
And so, Lange is one of those, basically, you have to have like serious interest in watches to get into Lange, because you buy most Langes, you're going to take a serious hit, in terms of aftermarket. It's what it is.
It used to be. You're correct.
That is absolutely correct. So,
I remember looking at that data graph. Very similar, maybe the different. Sorry, it wasn't a data graph. 1815 chrono. I remember looking at those chronos, and because one of my dream watches is like my grail, it would be like a Patek chrono, like a manual wind. It's a really 5170, 5172. That's impossible. But what 5170? And I remember like 5-6 years ago looking at that one at the Patek. And they were same price as they are today, about 50,000. But that Lange was about 30,000, the 1815 chrono. And I thought, and I remember thinking, well, there's the reason why the Lange is cheaper is because it has more parts. It's more complicated, so the chance that something is going to fail, maybe it's higher chances. Because the more parts you have, the more likely to. But it does add to that beauty in the back, and like that beauty costs money.
So there's a question from Kent about
Kent.
Yeah, if I have a Ming, not only do I have one, I have two of them. So
do you want to have a third one, George? Because
I am good with it.
Autographed by timwrite.
Yeah, that itself, if it was autographed by Tim, I'll take one, but probably pass on it for right now. So, yeah. But Langes are by far the best watchmakers. I love RM, but Lange for pure watchmaking and for pure, like, parts and engineering, they're really, really right up there. They don't get the credit.
Do you
they
have a
deserve.
moon swatch yet?
No, I don't.
Do you
I
want
just
one?
got I got actually a Casio G-Shock the other day, so
Nice.
I enjoy that. So I kind of like to wear that out every so often and enjoy it. So that's what it
Which
is.
version of that did you get?
Oh, there was like a carbon version,
Okay.
and it was just it just looked really cool. It was all blackened out, and I thought it was pretty neat. And I thought, well, okay, I'll buy one. So
Cool.
there you go. And I also got the
George-
white one too with it, the all like the translucent white. It was
Okay.
a couple of $100 bucks. So
George, one of your most famous acquisitions, at least recently, was the Code 1159 for an outrageously affordable and fantastic price.
right.
Tell us about
And here it is.
and tell us about your interest and why you wanted this.
I told, like I said, I love crazy dials. I love the crazy colors. I love the fact that it's a unique dial. I saw PGs yesterday, and for me, no offense to PG, but I would never buy that. Period. Even if it was $1,000, because it's just too plain. I like, and that's just my preference. And that's a beautiful watch he has. But look at the color. You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And at night when you're outside,
Holy
it's
crimson.
black. Yeah.
Blood red.
And it changes color. And then again, you have the AP movement and everything, the Code 59. It's just wonderful.
Now,
And
would you ever pay $32,600 retail price plus tax for that watch?
no, never in a million years. Never in a million years. You know, like I said, I'm not an AP fanboy, so I don't. And then the funny thing, OC, I don't know, but I told Tim this. I actually had the balls to call an AP dealer and say, hey, you know what? I have a Code 1159 and I want to change out the strap. And they said, okay, well, you know, can we look your name up? And I said, well, no, I didn't buy it from you. I bought it from the gray market. And the guy goes, well, how much did you pay for it? And I said, well, I paid 23. And he's like, oh, that's just a great deal. And he said, oh, thank you for supporting our brand. And are there any APs that you might be interested in from us in the future? And I said, well, you know, I really would like the new, you know, the ultra thin Royal Oak. And so he said, well, I'll put your name down for that and we'll call you as soon as we get one. And he said, thank you for supporting the brand, even though even though I know I'm not going to get it, whatever, but you know, but it doesn't upset
You never know. You never know.
You don't. So speaking of APs,
Freaking crap. Let me just get these super chats.
Sure.
We're gonna take a look at the next one. Kent. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Let's all sing for the Ming. Ming, come back. Oh, we got a singer on. And we got comedic legend Daniel Katz. Daniel Katz right now is actually in San Francisco doing a comedy special. Did someone say Ming? Waka waka.
Yeah.
Ming. MCM, $5. Love the Odysseus, George. Wearing the steel as you share. OC is coming around. Ooh.
No, MCM thinks that I'm coming around to the Code 1159. It's possible.
I'll tell you what, though, I have worn that watch quite a bit, and it is really, really, really a nice watch, and I love it. But you know, to everyone out there, don't pay retail for that. Don't, you know? I mean, I know you if you want to get into the higher end APs, you have to, but there's
even then, you could do what you've done,
right?
Buy one on the gray market and bring it to the AD. Why, you know? Unless you want your name on the papers,
right?
I don't know. I don't
few
think
more super chats here, but then I want to ask you about what other APs you have in your personal collection.
Hey, Run the Shrink, $2. First Boston Massacre was in 1770. Second one in 2022.
Ron,
Come
on, Ron.
Atis $2. This is the opposite of the timepiece fund episode.
That's a compliment.
We love Boston. By the way, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the timepiece fund.
No.
He
Also,
saved my.
MCM means I'm coming around to the Odysseus, which the one that he has is a little bit less ostentatious than the one on the steel bracelet.
Yes.
Which tends to have a lot of
You don't really like
facets, and
that bracelet because it looks so aggressive. It just
exactly.
comes out
Yeah, the way they put that bracelet with the case is very polarizing.
Now imagine if
a
a
little bit
Rolex
less.
watch. Let's see here. Come on. Focus. If the bracelet came out of the lugs, like right, like if it just came out
Exactly.
here.
Yep.
It would be a very, very aggressive watch. Too much bracelet, not enough watch, I guess. But you know what? That they make the best rubber on the market, and you know what? At least it's something a little bit different.
So you wanted to show the other AP that I got, and again, I got this from my gray market friend because I don't play retail for APs. I am the antithesis of that. So,
all right.
And like I said, this is the AP Royal Oak Chrono, and like I said, I love crazy dials. The crazier, the better they are. And this is a tobacco dial with blue subdials. It doesn't get any crazier than that.
Oh my God.
And what I find is after doing this for 20 some odd years, the crazier the dial, the long-term appreciation of the watch is. Because AP is not really known for these kind of crazy dials. So when they go and they make something that's way out there, or any watch company that makes these crazy unique dials, that's usually a hint that, hey, this may have some future collectible value. Whether it does or not, that's just who knows. But
and when did you purchase that one?
Great question, OC. I know it had to be sometime. I think it was this year. And
okay, so
I believe I paid.
No. Oh,
go ahead.
Oh, I think you already gave it away, but
no, go ahead.
Okay, well, we can go around the panel and ask. Because
I have a question. Recent. I have a wrist size question.
Okay.
What's your wrist size?
Mine's not so big, so it's about a 6.5 to 7, 6.5 to 6.
Well, that's like my size. Yeah. 6.5, 6.75.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
If the audience didn't hear, if you want to take a guess as to what he paid, because it was so recent, for that
tobacco
Royal
color,
Oak,
that's the Gen 2 chronograph because with ceramic pushers.
Knowing how good of a negotiator George is, keep that in mind. Yeah. That's 44 millimeter?
42.
42.
Yeah. 42. Well, it had to be like, I don't know. It's like 30.
Yeah, probably. I've seen some of the uglier ones be a lot cheaper, but that's not an ugly one. That's a nice looking one. So it's probably in the high 20s, right?
Yeah, this is an ugly one. So I paid.
I go 23.5. 23.5.
No. I paid a little bit over. I think it was like 25.2.
That's cheap.
Okay.
So it's what it is. I enjoy it. So it's whatever. But money, is always important. I just hate.
You don't want to overpay.
You don't want to overpay for anything.
Because that's a quality watch, and if you can pay reasonable money for it,
always negotiate. Always be available. Always try to if you need to walk away from a deal because the gray market needs you more than you need them. To be honest with you, and without your money, they're never going to survive. So if you're a serious offer, they might as well sell it right there than wait for the next guy to come along, which may not come for a while. So
yes,
just my advice. So
all right, we haven't really talked about your Rolexes that much.
Okay, so I'm gonna move my table a little bit. I'm running out of battery on this, but let me pull a few out real quick. Let's see. All right. So I've got a couple, and I don't have all of my collection here, but I will show you some of the more quote-unquote heavy hitters that I do carry. This is a really rare sea dweller that I got. It is the 11 I think it's the 11060, the ceramic Sea-Dweller, the one that was discontinued. I'm sorry.
Oh, the 4K? Was that the 4K? Yes.
No. Yeah. No. It's not the Sea-Dweller 4K. This is the. Gosh, it's the 11. It was like from a couple of years only. Let me see here.
It's the one without the Cyclops. I thought that's the.
I think they call it Sea-Dweller 4000.
No. It's the 110660, I believe.
116600. Yeah, that's the 4K.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
the 4000.
Yeah. So basically, that's that one right there. This
is like when people ask me, is there like modern investment kind of grade Rolexes? I say that one, maybe White Milgauss. That is the beauty. It's only been produced for like a year, I think. Then they invented the glue to stick a Cyclops on the crystal.
And at the time when I purchased it, which was like 2019 or 2018, I believe I paid like 10 or 11,000 for it at that time. So, and I was told by a couple of people it's quite a bit more these days, but
it's like I said, 20 grand.
I don't really know. So
very expensive now.
So shall we move on? So
by the way, guys, if you're watching this stream, please hit the upvote button. I would really, really appreciate if you could upvote this amazing live stream that we got going on here.
So I really love the Sea-Dweller.
Yes.
And it is my absolute to-go watch when I go traveling. And so this is one of my favorites. This is I know MCM has the black dial version and he swears by his, but I swear by the blue. So
the Sky-Dweller.
Look at this. We got the black, blue, and the white in the community.
Yeah. And this is just the classic.
That's the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted because I don't have any blue dials. I got black, white, and that's a great choice because it's like two watches in one. It fulfills the Datejust role, and it's an annual calendar.
It's actually it's
a GMT.
It's the most complicated watch that Rolex makes. So
it's amazing.
I love that
so much. Others you have that aren't with you are
okay. I love that one so much. I decided to go all in. And this is the rose gold.
That's the $40,000 precious metal Sky-Dweller on Oyster Flex.
Yeah. So I love this watch. This one gets quite a bit of use.
My god!
So that's one of my favorites right there.
It's actually wow. Another viewer another huge supporter of this channel just picked up a very similar one.
Right.
I think he got the slate dial though.
I really, like I said, I just enjoy these things. I wear like a couple of them every week. I know Kevin O'Leary says he has like 3 or 4 that he wears out every day, but what I do, I can't switch out every day. Throughout the course of a day, it makes no sense. So
the number of watches that you have with rubber straps is more watches than most people have in their entire collections.
And I think in all honesty, the best rubber strap watch that I do have is the Lange on the Odysseus, to be honest with you. There is something really nice about that watch. And it's just really nice, even better than the RM is, so.
But the Sky-Dweller on Oyster Flex isn't your only Rolex Oyster Flex, is it?
Well, that's actually, I believe, the only one that I have in Oyster Flex, to be honest with you. I've got some other ones here, so
you've got an addiction. It's
yeah,
amazing.
Pretty much. I need to go see Ron the Shrink and talk to him about this problem, So,
hey, Restful Thinking, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Great stream, Fikers. Thank you.
Basically, this one is one of my favorites as well. This is the blue dial.
White gold.
Yeah, blue
White
dial.
gold, blue dial, Pepsi.
Yep. And again, I bought this back in early 2020, and it was basically a steal. So
you paid below retail on it, right?
Below retail, I believe at that time. I bought the watch I'm going to show you next. I bought together, and I believe I paid about $32 for that back in those days.
I think
So.
I'm gonna hire George to negotiate all
Well,
my future.
and in life, it's always about timing. OC, you know that,
Yeah.
you know, and it was just basically those were the prices back in those days. So I don't know, you know, what today's prices are on these. Obviously, I didn't sell them at the top, you know, or wherever the top was, or whatever that means. So I kept them. So here's one of my other favorites. I got a whole bunch of these. So I love all of them seem to be my favorites, you know, but. So as you guys
Nice.
know, this is the blue
It's the
dial,
white gold,
Blue
blue
dial,
dial.
white gold
right.
Daytona.
Yeah. I've
Jeez,
actually
that's
had an
gorgeous.
interesting run-in with this one. I had a gentleman. I was on a flight once from LA over to Dubai, and the gentleman next to me, I was wearing this. He had offered to buy this watch off of me on the flight. He's like, "Oh, you know, I'll pay you, you know, X number of dollars. You know, can you just give it to me, and then you can ship me the box and papers? I trust, you know, this is really good. I don't see something like this." So I'm like, "No, you know," and it was at that time. This was like 2021. He offered quite a bit of money, you know, so passed on that.
Damn, that's so funny. And we got Carl, $2 super chat. Would you rather have a Jubilee on the Sky-Dweller?
So great question, Carl. So for me personally, when I associate Jubilees, I always think of day dates. I don't think of anything else but day dates. I've had multiple Rolexes. I've had the Batman in the oyster bracelet. I love that. I gave that to a relative. I've had the OP41 with the coral dial. I gave that to another relative of mine, and then you know my sister got the one with the 36 with the what is that? The not the green, the yellow dial, the mustard dial. So you know, for me, you know, watches are what they are. They're supposed to be enjoyed and worn and given to people, and you know, for special occasions and weddings and everything else. So that's what they are for me. So
amazing. Huge shout out to Basil Bezos for gifting 5 memberships to the channel. Guys, Frank B, comedic legend Daniel Katz, P. Lucas, Gary Hampson, and Broad Arrow.
I'm just gonna move this over real quick.
Thank Basil Bezos. No problem. No, man, that lamp. My God, it looks like it's made out of light, like out of solid light.
It's crystal.
Gorgeous.
Right?
And we'll get a.
It's Leonardo da Vinci. No,
is
I'm
it?
joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Ron the Shrink, please get.
It looks like Van Gogh, actually.
George diapers so he stops pooping on Boston.
Guys, you guys.
What George? Oh. Hey, listen, you know what? Boston Collector is in a really, really great position right now. Look, this is like this is
I'm
our
loving this.
hero.
George
This
is
guy's
awesome.
our hero, right?
Yeah, George is awesome.
Hey,
and this is great for me because I don't have to buy all these watches right now and get the thrill.
So for the gentleman,
it's great to hear from you, George. Like,
so
your
I'm
knowledge is
also
great.
Thanks, Boston. You know that means a lot coming from you. You're pretty well on your way, my friend. You're a hell of a lot ahead of me, that's for sure. So
any other Rolexes that you have? Any other standouts you want to share?
I have one last one, and this is my last and final Rolex I'll ever get.
Last and final. This is the Eisel. Holy fucking shit!
So
nice,
unbelievable.
So basically, for me, you know, I'm pretty much. I think at this point, I'm very content with what I have. I don't really have, and I think we talked about my data graph that I really want, but it's not a must. If I don't ever get another watch, I'm good. I have enough that I can use and enjoy and be happy with. Oh, and by the way, I am an art collector and an art fan. This is one of Picasso's blue periods, his first venture in blue period. And this is a signed and numbered lithograph, which
holy fuck,
I just like all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
Whoa.
cool.
So that's the
Is it-
blue behind me. So
Blue period Picasso.
blue
Given that
period,
your journey has been over decades, and we've heard some people who've collected Rolex over a long period of time kind of share that sentiment that you've just shared, which is, okay, I'm basically done with Rolex now, and if I'm really interested in something, it's going to be from these newer, more niche independent brands. Do you share that sentiment? And the only things you're really curious about are the Chopek and the those kind of things today?
Great question, OC. That's just what I like to talk about next. I think I've always thought that this time around, Boston and I have this little argument back and forth, and I think that the winners from the previous run of the watches, like the Rolexes and the APs and certain Pateks, are not going to be the ones that coming out of this watch recession are going to lead the market. I really think, and it's just my opinion only, I don't have any facts to substantiate any of this because I don't really care one way or the other. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I just think that brands that are making limited watches and doing a really horology, and we're talking about brands, I mean, some of them are very unattainable, and I understand that. The average person will never get one of these watches, and it's a shame. But I really think, and when you look at everything from top down, I really think brands like MB&F, I really think brands like Moritz Grossman, I think brands like De Bethune, I think brands like Ludovic Boulard, Romain Gauthier, and these other brands, these smaller niche brands that just are so good at what they do in terms of manufacturing, everything in-house from every single component of their watches. And I think that's where the future is. And basically, that's the issue. And going forward, I think that's where the new leaders will come from. And I realize that most people will never get to these watches that I have, and I'm humbled by what I have. And like I said from the beginning, I'm blessed by a creator that gave me the ability to have a great living, to afford this and to do this. But and I'm just as happy tomorrow wearing my Seikos to my place of worship, and I'm fine with that. Or my Apple Watch, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to judge anyone by what watch they wear or what house they have or whatever. It doesn't make any difference to me. So,
George, how do you balance? Because I'm assuming that you have in your mind what you think is a reasonable budget to spend on watches over a certain time period, whether it be 6 months or annually or whatever. How do you balance the brands that you want to acquire over a given period, let's say for 2023, against the calls that you're probably getting from Rolex and Patek because you're a preferred client, and the pieces that you get offered? Do you find yourself being pulled back to Rolex because of a sense of loyalty?
Great question, OC. I've actually had some phone calls from Patek for certain pieces that are obviously in demand. I had a call for the 5212 that I said thank you, but I'm not interested in at this point. I've had calls for I've had a call for the new the Yachtmaster 2 with the eagle's eye.
Falcon Eye.
If you remember, Falcon Eye, yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in that, And I'm just being honest with them. I said, can you give it to the next person, because you've given me the Eisenkeisel, and I'm pretty happy with that. I haven't had a chance to wear it as much, and I think I just, like I said to you, it's just one of those things where I just don't want those pieces.
You're moving on in your kind of journey.
I'm moving on. I'm moving on in my next journey. And I know MCM and I had this conversation. I know he has a MB&F legacy machine that he showed, and that is my next venture. But that, we're talking a starting point of over almost 6 figures to get something really good from MB&F, and not the crazy stuff. I'm talking about like the legacy machines. So that would be something. Yeah, that one on the right. just beautiful. I think that's definitely a legacy machine, and it is. Max Busser, is just out of this world. And would I sell a few of these to get one of those? Sure as hell I would.
Yeah.
Sure as hell
Actually,
I would. Yeah.
I have a
Sure as
really
hell.
interesting watch to show you.
Yeah.
This was you remind me a lot of a friend of a humble pine, right? Like
I know who you're
OC
talking
met
about.
him.
Yeah. And he's in a very similar position as you, and he only buys the most crazy, complicated, eye-catching example references these days. And he does have the MBNF.
Let me show you the some stuff that this guy has been picking up. So that's H. Moser Tourbillon that he picked up. Very crazy.
MCM. I wish he would come on and show some of these. That stuff that he has is like it is. It is really horology. To be honest with you, it's just unbelievable the stuff he has.
And let me show you this one. You're gonna like this one from MBNF.
While Tim's pulling that up, super chat from Valet de Joux. George, think about what's next for you.
I like the meme that Valet de Joux has. I would love to have gotten that Romain Gauthier that he's showing right there.
The sport.
Yeah, I think I would love to get my next watch would be an MB&F. Definitely like one of their. It's called Brass and Steel. And that would be definitely on something similar to that right there.
And that's the hookup at Cellini Jewelers.
Yeah, I can tell that's probably from Rosanna and Cellini. Yeah. We've been talking about that, so we'll see. I
think it's crazy.
It is unbelievable watch, and like I said, I think that watch is the definition of what of horology. To be honest with you,
the future of horology, right?
I'm gonna run through a few brands real quick. You just tell me in 5 words or less your opinion of them.
Sure.
IWC.
I want crap.
Tudor.
Good start.
Mosier.
Wonderful.
All right.
And I think the part of the issue with IWC that
Christopher Ward.
Oh yeah.
throw out brands, guys.
Look, I have friends who are they have. I'm just saying they have 9 digits next to their names, and they wear Seikos, they wear Citizens, and they don't give a rip because for them it doesn't matter. They don't get it. So whatever watches are watches. We just all of us in this community have an addiction to it, and that's why we're here spending a Saturday night doing this instead of going out with our family or doing something else. So here we are. So for them,
any Omega.
You know what? I had an Omega and it was like a disaster. And I think I sent a photo to Tim once. I had a Omega Speedmaster Sedna gold with the blue racing dial. And it was, I don't know what I was thinking when I got that, but it wasn't good. Fortunately, I got it obviously from the great.
What do you mean it wasn't good? It broke,
It was just way too big. It just was just not my cup of tea.
It's not wearable. Not wearable.
That's
right.
The
problem I have with
a lot of
44
millimeters, and it was just too big.
Yeah. It's like there's something wrong with. Look. I mean, OC. It's seriously. There is something fundamentally wrong with a lot of Omega watches. Like they're just not as comfortable. Once you wear a Rolex, you're like, oh shit, this is so comfortable. I get it. And a lot of Omegas, they're just a little bit, I don't know, the bracelet is a little bit too wide. There's no taper. It's just almost like, who did they test the watches on? Robots? It's weird. Joe Money, $2. George, do you think U-Boat is the next RM?
I don't even know what that is. Urwerk? I don't know. Is that what?
Terrible brand. No,
Maybe that's
Hugo.
supposed to be Urwerk. Yeah.
But I'll also say to you this. I'm also a Paneristi. I love Panerai. I love Panerai, and I brought one for you, which is one of my favorite ones. This is the Panerai 740. This is the Oro Rosso, and there's like a limited edition
California
of this
dial.
California dial, and then look at the back.
Holy, what the fuck? Is that like an ultra thin?
It's a Panerai. Nothing is ultra thin about this.
But what material is that?
It is rose gold. They call it Oro Rosso, and
holy fuck!
It is a wonderful watch, and I wear that quite a bit, and I get a lot of compliments on that watch. It's just a beautiful watch. So I'm addicted to Panerai as well. I love Panerai. I just wish they would get their production control a little bit better.
Hey, if you're gonna be buying Panerai, go to Rodeo Drive and talk to Jesus.
Oh, I thought you were going to say go talk to Anthony Ferrer.
No. Panerai on Rodeo Drive. You're from LA, right?
Yep.
If you're ever, that's a good friend of mine. He's a really, really nice guy. Talk to him. He's a huge supporter of the show, and he can probably tell him you're a friend of Tim. Tell him you're a friend of Cars, and he'll try to look after you. Okay.
Yeah.
He'll be able to get you more stuff than most people.
I've had a lot of Panerai, and I go through them all the time. So I've had quite a few.
So you have more than one. You have quite a few.
I have quite a few. So those are back in my home back in California. So
I'm going to run through a few more brands that the audience is asking about. Cartier.
I got one of my favorite Cartiers. This is the last piece I just bought, and I've been searching for this thing for at least a good 5 years to get this piece. And this may sound really strange, but here's what it is.
Oh, that's a drive.
Roadster.
The Roadster
XL.
Not drive. It's Roadster.
Yeah, it's the Roadster XL.
Is that steel or is that two-tone?
Steel and two-tone.
It's two-tone. Whoa.
The only reason why I got this was because I finally found one that had the complete box.
Can you keep holding up?
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we want to get it.
Look at that.
Sorry.
Wow.
Hey George, can you actually put that on your wrist? I'm interested, like sizing.
David D still has it. He still has it in steel. It's an incredible watch to kind of hold in your hand and just play around with. There's so many. It's a very tactile experience. So many different angles and just curves to just kind of run your fingers around.
Pain in the butt
like
to
a
put
fidget.
back on, though. I had some links taken off, and so it's kind of. Let's see if I can get this right. There you go.
There you go. Wow, looks good.
Yeah, and the reason why I got it was it had box and papers, and it had a recent service done in 2021. So basically, it's like brand new, and it's for the price I paid, which was about $6,000. It was a steal. So definitely a keeper, you know.
Yeah.
So enjoyed that.
How about Vacheron Constantin?
You know, I had a Vacheron. I had the what is it? The overseas in the black dial, way before it became a popular watch. And it was funny because my gray market dealer friend about like a year ago called me and he said, I need you to do me or 6 months ago called me and said, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to sell me back that Vacheron that you bought from me. You know, I paid at that time $16K, and he said, well, I'm prepared to make you an offer, you know. And I said, well, how much would you be? And it was like 2.5 times more. And I said, sold, because I wasn't wearing it, you know. And so when he asked for something that he sold me, and if I'm not wearing it, I go ahead and send it back to him. So,
wow.
But
got it.
As you can see,
MCM $10 super chat.
MCM. George, my friend, you have an amazing collection. I promise to jump on the stream for an unboxing of my Voodoo line, and when it arrives, hopefully within few months. Whoa, this is some good news. By the way, guys, I might be in LA at the end of September, sometime end of September. Might be.
That's
Jaeger LeCoultre.
Jaeger.
I've never owned one, but I would definitely like to get into the brand.
And where would you start? Reverso?
Definitely a Reverso. Got to follow Archie, right?
Yes. That's actually one of. See, here's the thing, right? Like the problem with Jaeger LeCoultre, they have what seems to be that looks like an annual calendar, but it's actually like a triple date. So it's just like a lot of the stuff, a lot of Jaeger LeCoultre stuff looks like Patek and high horology. Well, in the meantime, it's there's flaws. There's too many flaws. But in the what's it called? In the Reverser, it's all beautiful stuff. And you know what? I love that new complication, the whole shooting star. Yes, I know most people they're only in ladies watches right now for the meantime, but I hope there's going to be some interesting variants of that complication in men's watches.
Yeah. George, a few questions about owning and wearing your watches on a regular basis. First of all, you mentioned I think Chubb as your insurance company. So what is your approach to insuring your collection? Is it the total approximate market value? I mean, do you think about, wow, this is an incredible premium that I'm paying every year just for insurance? What's your approach financially on that?
I think basically what I pay for is whatever the market value is. And I have it assessed at like one time a year as my insurance renews. So obviously it has renewed already, and it renewed in March, and it was like much higher than what probably they're worth now. So I call my gray market dealer friend and I say, hey, what do you think this is worth? What's the rough, estimate for this?
Right.
What's, and so
that's not an insignificant bill.
It is definitely not insignificant. But the problem comes in, OC, is even if like some of these watches, like as you know, if something, God forbid, does happen, how do you get them back?
So
that's the tough part.
So you pay that and you swallow that, and that's just the cost. That's part of the cost of ownership of having a very, very expensive collection.
It is. It's the cost of doing of this. And I'll be honest with you, where I'm at now, I feel comfortable wearing these watches outside. When I go back to LA and Orange County, even like, not really say Orange County, but like LA, it's a little bit kind of.
No, that was going to be my second question. And that was going to be my second question. Your approach to wearing those particular watches out, maybe not in Orange County. It's okay in Orange County, but LA is tougher, right?
Well, I know, I'm pretty sure Dirk knows this, but South Coast Plaza, which is in Costa Mesa there, which is one of the highest end malls in the United States, they had a restaurant, and the people were eating outside, and there was armed robbery. So, and that doesn't happen in places like that. So, everywhere you go, you just have to be mindful of where you're at. Not that I won't wear it. It's just I'm more mindful when I wear it. And some of the watches people don't know, so they don't know. But like when you wear like a rose gold, day date, they know exactly what that is, or like an RM or whatever. Certain watches, it's like they know it better than you. So it's the cost of doing business.
Yeah,
cool.
And
guys in the audience, if you have questions for George, drop in a small super chat. Be great,
or a big one. I mean, we'll take
or a really big one.
You guys would like. So we were talking lastly, and then I'll shut up and let you guys go. But my last watch that I got is basically the one that I've been following and watching quite a bit, and I just kind of thought, well, it's time. The time has come to move on to something a little unique and a little different. So I've been following De Bethune for a long time, and I was wanting to pull the trigger and I just never got the opportunity because the price points were, yes, very high. But I was like, okay, I was kind of hoping I would get my Lange, the Lumen, but since that's not going to happen, I thought, well, okay, now I need to focus on what I really want. So I went out, called our mutual friend Rosanna, and I said, hey, Rosanna, I'm looking for something. And she said, I'm looking for a De Bethune. Do you have anything in stock? And she's like, no, really don't have much. And it's all sold out, all spoken for. And called back later on, a month or two later, and she said, we had one that came in. The client decided to pass on it today, and if you want it, it's yours. And I said, okay, let's make it happen. So basically, this is the bunt of many jokes in this forum, and that's okay.
The first foray. Yes.
Yeah. This is basically the De Bethune DV25 Stradivarius.
Oh, I like that one.
So that's this is in titanium, and the magic
do like a
back
slight
here,
turn. Oh my god!
everything.
I mentioned this the other day, and I had you guys bring it up, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Yeah.
Basically, De Bethune is Denis Flageolet, and it's so funny because Watchbox just this morning did a in-depth, and I know they own part of
big stake
De Bethune, huge stake.
Let's see a little bit more of the dial, and
Sure.
and do
No,
like
they actually
turn it slightly
own De
so we
Bethune
can
lock,
see
stock, and
different.
barrel.
Yeah.
So every dial is unique on this.
Oh.
The Stradivarius portion is made from I believe gold, and it's unique to each watch. So no two watches are ever the same.
Wow.
And this is really
so that's like a Milky Way, right?
Those
much.
are like
Right.
George.
Droplets.
Those are like hand applied little pins,
Yes.
right? Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
That's
Pretty
crazy.
much. So
Holy-
basically, it is so light that it literally just you don't even feel you're wearing it.
is it titanium? The
Titanium.
case?
Yep.
Titanium case.
And they make about 250 watches a year, and so basically, that is a very low amount. And I understand it's like basically impossible to get, and it's unattainable, but it's one of those watches where I really like it, and so that it for me right now. That is pretty high on my list of watches, right? So
Wow.
I think,
So
like I said, go ahead.
Once you got that piece, this is this when you started realizing like, well, the future of kind of watches is in these brands like the Bethune and B&F.
I mean, if you think about it, every single piece of of the De Bethune is made by hand in house.
Yes.
Every single thing. Nothing is outsourced.
Yes.
It takes, I think what I read, I think it takes one watchmaker about 6 months to produce one watch. So, you're talking 250 watches, and they have different lines, and this is actually their entry line. So
yeah, three-hander.
yeah, it's hard to believe. So what can you say? Excuse me, I'm just going to get a drink of water real quick.
Sure.
All right. Tim, what do you think? What do you think of this collection?
This is heavy hitting stuff.
More importantly, George is as nice a guy on the show as he is in the chats. That's fantastic.
Yeah. It's but like I have this feeling like everyone who's in the chat and everyone, because like everyone, I have this feeling like it's a little bit of a keyboard warrior, and there's fun in having a go at someone. Everyone loves a laugh in the chat. And I look like Boston Collector, right? He's a completely different guy on the screen versus in the chat. So it is nice to have all these different personalities.
Dirk too. Dirk's a little bit more mild in person than
Dirk, I tell you what, man, I love Dirk. He's so funny, and I can't wait. We have a steak dinner that we're going to meet up in OC sometime soon, and we're going to go tear up OC.
Nice.
Let's ram through a few super chats, Tim. Real quick.
This is why I love about this community, creating a place where people can get to meet each other, and then actually go out and meet people in person in real life. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. It's so cool. It's so cool. Sorry, guys. Run the Shrink, $2. G, has Boston covetous glare made you uncomfortable?
Nice.
Oh, I love the
Absolutely.
Shrink. Restful Thinking, $2. The Bethune deserves a super chat. Come on, punters. Thank you, Restful
It's a
Thinking.
beautiful watch.
Hey, I appreciate the support.
Thank you.
Loose Tooth, $2. George, what a box / accessories does the Bethune come with? Oh, that's a good
Oh.
question.
Let me tell you something. The Rolex boxes are so much better than
Oh,
the
yeah.
Day Bethune. So
Oh,
it
really?
basically
Really?
yeah. I had it down here, but then I went upstairs and put it away because I thought nobody wanted to see it. But
Oh,
this
no, we want to
this
see it.
little this thing comes like
What the hell is
this.
that? That looks like a glass.
It's
Case.
basically like a little carrier. You put the watch right in here,
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
and it basically
Actually,
sits
that's
like
pretty
this.
cool. It's like a travel case. Wow.
Travel
Lovely.
case, which sits in
That is-
which sits in like this box, which kind of looks like a thick book. So it's not
It's like
very
they put
impressive.
Luxottica in charge of their packaging.
Pretty much.
The carrying case is pretty cool though, because that does not take much space. No, and
Yeah.
it looks like
And
it protects the watch.
At least they had the thing to put Day Bethune on there.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
You know.
Mm,
All right,
okay.
could be a little
Yeah.
bit better.
Yeah.
What's
But
interesting is the Jacob and Co boxes are pretty crazy. Some of those, like they like open up and they're mechanical, like. But
So-
like the watches are like not my thing, but it's interesting how they.
So I have a friend
Right.
who owns the Astronomia,
Mm.
and he's a. I mean, you'd think I'm a unique cat when it comes to dials. I mean, he's like way out there.
Yeah.
Way out there. And he loves that Astronomia. And then he has the Godfather. And then he has also the one that has the oil well on it. I don't know the name of that one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
What
So-
can you say,
Frank B asks, $2 super chat, how was the buying process with De Bethune? And you didn't buy from De Bethune
No.
directly. You bought through
No.
Cellini Jewelers, where
Right.
Tim and I
So-
have shown viewers.
Exactly. So Frank, if I can recommend somebody for you, I'd recommend Rosanna there, and she really can help you out with that. Really nice lady. She knows her stuff. Like I said, she will tell you stuff that will blow your mind about watch intricacies and everything that you want to know.
And if you're buying from Cellini Jewelers from Rosanna, you tell her that I sent you, because that will give me more access to the Cellini Jewelers inventory. They'll be able to give me more permission to show you guys more of their stuff. And I want that access to bring you guys the content. That's how we get the content. Mr. Zoso, $5. George, just catching up here. You are nowhere near the douchebag I was expecting. Respect this.
Mr. Zoso, I forgot to talk about you. I mean, I really enjoy talking with him. He's a really good guy too. We rib each other about RM and all this because he hates RM and I love RM. And he's always given me a hard time, but yeah, he's such a good guy too. And I'd like to meet him one day as well.
He's from
Your next trip to New York.
somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to have a get together, get all of you guys and, maybe Hoff and Boston and everybody together once. And, just to get together.
100%.
Like a Woodstock
When you're
for
in town,
watches,
just let us know.
You bet.
Curly Q, imagine where you would be if you never put those rabbit ears on and didn't obsess over stupid ponies. Hey, those ponies and the ears they paid for Vegas trip. Okay. So unfortunately, look, you can criticize the ponies, the ears. It's just unfortunately that's what brings in the super chats. Okay, and just listen. I mean, sometimes I have to do things just to raise the funds to do more of the stuff like this, So I'm sorry, Curly Q, but if people were just super chatting to see the watches, then with no problem. But it's the ponies that bring in the super. I got like $500 for the ponies. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So the pony works.
So
Diego's
basically,
been asking a question in the chats. Is there a watch that you were offered, George, that you passed on that you later significantly regretted?
I really haven't.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I like to say there was one, but I haven't. I don't really, like I said, OC. I'm not gonna lose sleep over saying no to something, and then it. If somebody offered me the 5960 or the
you're not the kind of guy that once you turn something down, you're on watch charts and you're on Chrono 24 and you're tracking the price. And you're like, oh my god, it went up or it went down. You don't care.
I could care less. For me, this is just enjoyment. It's a hobby. It's sharing it with friends like you guys in the chat. I enjoy a good ribbing in the chats too. It's fine. I take it. It's all right. I'm not going to throw a hissy fit. And, it's fine.
We'll love the ribbing. We love the ribbing. Part of the fun here.
Right. It's all right.
Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
So there was like some guy who was talking about the scar on the side of the face. Well, that was because when I was training for the Iron Man, and so I wasn't exactly wearing my protective facial coatings as I should have been as I was swimming, and it was actually a pretty good burn. So it's what it is.
Has there been any watches that you sold and regretted?
Not really. Like I said, I don't miss them. Going, and I don't miss them when I don't get them. If I'm not wearing it, then I don't have any. I don't have like I said to you, Tim, before is you never love anything that can't love you back. And
yes,
I enjoy these watches, but I don't love them. Like, oh my God, I would give my right arm or my right leg for any of these watches, or or my health or what. It doesn't make. It's just a part of my life, but it's not like the part of my life, So
incredible.
And there was a question from before: what was the one watch that I would never sell or never give up? I would sell everything, but there was one.
Oh yeah, yes.
So does anybody have a guess?
Did you show it to us?
I did.
Okay.
Think about it. Everyone. How about okay. How about you give us? Let's make a poll. How about we make a poll?
You want to give us 4 choices?
Yeah.
De Bethune.
Here, one second. Do you think George would never sell? Here we go. De Bethune.
Okay. FP Journe.
FP Journe.
RM. You didn't see it, but we talked about it.
Yep.
And my Lange Odysseus.
Ooh, okay, there we go.
All right, smart fikers. See if you can figure it out.
And there was some of them actually have a good idea. The pre-ceramic Pepsi. Well, that one I'm not going to include because
obviously, you're not going to sell that.
No,
yeah.
No.
I have one, George, too, that I bet you won't sell. I bet you'll never sell the watch you gave to your dad.
Yeah, that's true. The date's going with him, but that's right.
But you might eventually get it back,
right,
someday, and you would never sell that. So
probably never.
Yeah.
And while people are voting, guys, make sure that you vote in this poll. If you listen to the stream, really think about which one of the George's watches. If you had to sell everything and keep only one, make sure you vote in that poll. Also, upvote the live stream. We've got Angie with the question. If you have your final questions, guys, we're wrapping it up. Another 5 to 10 minutes. We're gonna kill the stream. We're gonna keep it nicely and organized. Angie, $5. Great collection. George, which are your favorite YouTube channels to watch besides Tim's? Oh, that's a
great question. So Archie, definitely. So I love Archie. Love.
And that was pretty funny for him to drop by.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. I liked him a lot. Let me see. Watchbox, I love those. Let's see. What was the other ones that I watch? The London.
What about about other digital resources like it doesn't have to be live streams or video channels, but
I mean, like
like
Hodinkee
websites, for example.
Yeah, basically Hodinkee, and that's pretty much standard. Watch Time, was really good, but basically those are about it.
And which wristwatch YouTuber you can't stand, or dislike?
I just think that I hate to say it, but Timepiece Gentleman's kind of I don't know. It's just rubs me the wrong way about everything. Everything is so transactional to him. It's just there's no. I don't know. It's just slippery. I don't know how people do.
He
business.
went after me. He went after me.
Yeah, I saw that.
What
and I'm like, I don't get how that works. It's just who would in their right mind do,
just like
put their $100,000 watch with him to sell. I that blows my mind. Co-sign with him. I'm sorry, but it's just.
Do you believe in watch winders?
I actually don't have one. I just basically, every month or so, I'll take my watches out and bring them home and kind of wind them, ones that I don't use, and put them back.
And how do you clean your watches?
Very carefully. And basically, I have a jewelry shop here where there's a gentleman there who's a fairly well expert at cleaning watches, and he's the only one that touches my watches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got a super chat from Kevin D. $2. George, please speak on the Picasso in your art. Oh yeah, tell us a little bit about because you mentioned that you have now that's a Picasso for the blue period.
That is
and
correct.
You said you were an art collector as well.
I am. So I have right opposite me, I have a Dolly, Lady Godiva, and
move your head so everybody can see the piece behind you.
Sorry.
Oh, let me
you guys
put
see
it.
that? Okay.
Oh, there we go.
And then I have another signed Picasso in the great room over there. It's a Lady Jacqueline in pink, one of his earlier works, and basically I have some other artists that I collect. So it's just another hobby that I got involved in.
Have you ever given a watch as a gift to a member of your staff?
Great question. So I have a staff member that is approaching her 20th year with me. And so on the 20th year, I usually give them a Rolex of some kind.
Nice.
Yeah.
And do you have any kids by any chance?
I prefer not to answer.
Well, because okay, because the follow-up would have been: do they like your hobby? Do they appreciate it?
Yeah. Well, I prefer not to answer that.
Okay.
So,
no problem. No problem. Wait, there was a really good question here. Wait, I just missed it. Okay, Frank B has a great question. George, now that we know you're loaded, will you give Timmy a Rolex?
Yeah. Nice.
20 years. 20 years then, right?
But
20 years of live streaming.
But, hey, Tim, I've got a really good Ming,
Hey,
Ooh.
you know what? I have an unsellable Ming. So maybe there's gonna be a second one to join. Guys, let me get to this poll. Check this out. We got 50 people voted so far. I'm just a very lazy audience. Come on, guys.
That's it. That's it.
I know, right? Only 50 people voted, but maybe they don't know. Maybe a lot of people they didn't watch the stream from the beginning, so maybe that's why they don't understand the question. But it's actually. So we got which do you think George would which watch do you think George would never sell? So these are the numbers. The Bethune got 11%, FP Journe 36%, RM got 22%, and the Lange Odysseus got 29%. People think that it would be the FP Journe that you would never sell, but like if I had to guess, If I had to guess, we're gonna go around the panel, but my guess would go with the RM. If I could vote, I would vote for the RM because that was your 50th anniversary watch. I think you take it to special events. Maybe that one, but then again, that's a completely unwearable watch unless you also keep the Pepsi, and that way you got a great watch to wear every day and a very, very special watch. What about OC and then Boston
Well,
Collection?
since the audience picked one watch, you picked the RM. I'll go with the Lange Odysseus just to give one of us a fair shot at winning. The way you talked about that one being super comfortable, the rubber strap being so nice, I think maybe that's the one that you enjoy the most.
I'll go with the Dave Bethune because I think it's so rare that he knows that he won't get another one if he sells it ever.
So
Breitling, if you're bored, feel free to leave the stream at any time. No one's forcing you to watch.
50% of sleep, the insomnia. So hey, by the way, you Breitling, if you're going to sleep, just leave the stream on and go to sleep. That's how most people do it. That's it. We're like a sleep machine in a way. That's why
up before you go to sleep and see ya.
Anthony Pellegrini, $2 super chat. Very nice conversation with George. Cheers, guys. Thank you, Anthony. And Run the Shrink. It's the Bethune. This has been awesome. Thank you, George.
No problem.
He's very confident. Ron is very confident.
For you. So which one is it and why?
I will definitely show it to you.
The Journe. They were right. The audience was right.
The audience knew it.
It's just like I said. It is just the most beautiful watch that I have, and I enjoy it quite a bit more. And every day that goes by, and I think FP Journe is probably like Kevin O'Leary says, it's like buying a Picasso while Picasso is still alive. To be honest with you, and I love my Dave Bethune. I love the Lange. I love the the others, but it's just to me, it's just special. And I think most people here would agree that FP Journe is probably
the audience. Tim,
the audience
always said your audience is the smartest.
I have the smartest audience. They knew what it was.
Except for Ron. Ron missed on that one.
Sorry, Ron.
Ron.
Okay.
We love Ron though.
Well, that's pretty much it. And then when I get to California, I'll get in touch and we'll show you some of those other ones that I have down there. So maybe we'll have
another question from the audience. Best starter brand for a collector just starting out with watches.
I think Tudor is really good. Even
Tudor.
I think Tudors are really nice watches. I had a Harrods Black Bay, and I have that still, and I enjoy it, and I like it. It's a very nice watch. It's a really good starter watch, and you could get great deals on them right now in the gray market.
And do you have any recommendations for young collectors like Boston Collector and OC?
Well, I have a question actually.
I think I should be taking lessons from him on how he got all those pieces, and mine took me 20-something years, and his just 1 year. I should be listening to him. So I just say, but he's doing fine. He likes what he likes, and I like what I like, and that's what makes a community.
Yeah,
and I'd be happy if I had a whole bunch of Breitlings and Tudors and Zeniths and whatever else.
Any Breitlings or Zeniths in your collection?
I do have a Breitling. I've got a Aviator. Warhawk or something, it's just my tool watch that I wear every so often. So,
wow.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite of Tim's collection? You know Tim's collection, right?
Yeah, I have to. Come on, how can you go wrong with the Daytona?
Oh, the white dial Daytona.
Yeah, how can you go wrong with that one?
The Panda.
Yeah, the 11-6500. How can you go wrong with that?
Classic.
Yeah, and
I hope to put that watch through a lot of use.
I
as soon as I get it back on Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
If you return the 6119 in one piece.
Yeah. If no, it's one piece. It's one piece. Q got nothing to worry about. I love you, Q. yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be finishing up all the video
And
stuff that I've been doing.
there was a question about any vintage pieces at all. And that's a great question. That is well beyond my pay grade. I don't know much about vintage pieces, and I don't know what to look for, what to buy, and
but nothing. Forget about it being a minefield. Is there any particular reference that you, if you knew you could buy it in confidence with the right provenance, the right authenticity, etc., right condition, that you would? It's something that you've been looking for, or no, nothing?
No, nothing really. OC.
Okay.
I mean, not even in the radar, to be honest with you. So, yeah, it's just one of those. Maybe one day, maybe a vintage Cartier.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of amazing vintage Cartier, especially if you can get like something Centray or vintage like a Crash or something like that. Man, Cartier, they have done some amazing stuff.
It is. It's absolutely unreal. They've turned the corner, definitely, as a company.
Is there like a mistake that you have that you think people should avoid? That something that you learn in your?
Don't let your girlfriends get into your watch collection. They have a tendency to pick and leave, I guess.
It's not the first time we've heard stories like that.
Yeah. I think I can relate to bondage on that one. Yeah. There it goes. Yeah.
Hey George, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there like an independent or someone that you're kind of following that's like a little bit under the radar still, that you're kind of like interested in maybe acquiring a piece
that you want to expose now, so we can all be interested in it and take away?
Well, I don't think he's in trouble.
It doesn't matter to me. But I've always liked Grubel Forsey.
Mm-hmm.
But
Grubel, yes.
I like that.
A brand that we know nothing about.
Right. And it's just like
Tim does. Tim knows because
he's seen. The price points are outrageous.
Yeah,
it's like a house.
Yeah.
So forget that, So
Grubel Forsey. And
it's
you know what?
Money.
Not the best customer service. You know what I mean? Not the greatest customer service from what I heard.
Right.
Some
members
of
the community.
Yeah, didn't have the best experience. Oh, this is a good question from CS. Have you ordered a Chapek?
I have. I've actually ordered 2 that I'll be getting, and when I get them, I will open it up, unbox them with you guys.
Nice.
Hop on the
stream. In fact, it was a collaboration between Chapek and a jeweler. So, and it's their Antarctique line. So.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
So yeah, and then I think Tim knows that I recently purchased a Parmigiani from Rosanna. So
yes. I'm really excited about that.
With
to see that
red
and what you think about it, because technically I started spruiking it after you purchased it, but my mind was really changed when I saw them in person. It was very,
like I said, I'm a grown man. Take all the insults I can take. It doesn't affect me. I've been called worse, so it's what it is. It's only a watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have my taste, and you have your taste, and that's fine. It's not everybody's. And like I said, the more crazy the color, the better I like it. So
yeah.
Parmesan is going to have a great future.
Ambassador.
That brand.
Yeah. Yes, I did order a Chapek. Yep. There's actually 2 of them. So
amazing.
Yeah. And pretty much that, like I said, I don't have really anything else on my dockets right now other than the ones I'm supposed to get. And then we'll see what happens in the future. But you guys will all be a part of it, so it'll be a good ride. And like I said, I know Boston loves all the little shot skis or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you had
I came prepared. I was hoping Boston would be on, so I'm not going to show my tableware or my anything else,
Yeah,
but I do have a
linens.
few
The
Shotskis for
Patek
you.
plates. The Patek.
I bet he
plates.
has nice. I bet he has nice placemats for sure.
Well, here you go. This is something for you.
Ooh,
Okay. Okay. Oh, Harry Winston.
Ooh, that's a nice
Right.
one.
So I thought you might like that. And let me see. Got a few more things. I was going to meet up with Timmy because I owe him something, but
Yeah.
he wasn't able to come. So I think he'd like this. This is from.
You owe me something or someone else?
I thought I owe you this, but basically.
Oh yes! Oh my God! Oh my, the loop!
Oh,
the
nice
loop!
loop.
Right.
Wow.
Man, I've been looking for that loop for so long. Been on the journey to get the Lange loop.
And then.
Ooh, what is this?
Another pen.
Oh,
Oh
Lange
wow. Oh,
Very
that's
nice.
nice.
Cool.
Very nice.
So,
Very cool.
and then last one.
Oh,
Any
what is
guesses?
this? It's like a
Ooh, it's smaller
keychain?
though.
It's gotta be something like a keychain.
Yeah, the keychain, maybe. Yeah.
Ah, that's the little knife. The
Oh,
little knife.
nice.
Oh my God.
So
Actually,
it's a Swiss Army knife.
that's
Yep,
the small
pretty
Swiss
much.
Army knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has the.
Wow.
It has the watch.
And what
Does
is
it
it?
have a
What does it
watch?
have in it? Because actually, I'm
It
interested
has
in one of those.
scissors. It has
It's
a
got the
knife.
scissors.
It has. Yeah, I can't. Just got my nails, but it has scissors. There you go.
Yeah.
So it's the
nice.
scissors and the knife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does it have
And
a
toothpicks?
toothpick?
Nope. That it doesn't.
Damn.
Mm.
So. And then I showed you my Rolex crayons. So.
Oh yeah.
Hilarious.
That was the funniest thing ever. When we were when I was on like showed people the box, everyone was so confused. Is that Rolex crayon? Marvin the Martian, $2.79. Which color Antarctica?
Can I guess? It's the you got the salmon one, correct?
OC, I can't remember exactly what color it was. It was on order. It was, and I'll tell you the jeweler. It was on order from Oster Jewelers in Denver, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
So near Bondage's area over there. So, it's really there was two versions of it, and it's a limited edition of 25. And I said I'll take two.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm sorry if I forget. I don't have my cell phone handy because I didn't want to be disturbed during this. So I have it on my cell phone.
Is that a skeleton?
Not that I recall. No.
Okay.
No.
And do you have any perfumes? What do you wear? What kind of fragrance? What's your favorite fragrance?
So Creed. I like Amouage.
Oh, Amouage. I got an Amouage right here.
Yep.
The Reflection Man.
There you go.
Very acquired taste.
And I have some other stuff too, but all kinds of different ones. So.
Oh, you got quite a few. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Creed?
Oh, is it Aventus? Am I saying
Aventus,
it right?
okay. The pineapple.
Yeah.
The pineapple.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right. I think it is. I'm not sure, Tim. Don't hold me to it. I don't know. I'm just nodding my head.
Aventus is very good. It's very good fragrance. Very clean.
My favorite fashion designer or favorite clothing designer?
Favorite clothing designer.
It can even be Nike.
I'm actually, believe it or not, I like Amazon Essentials. Yeah. I'm not really into all that, but like a good suit, maybe, I don't know, whatever's on the rack over at Bloomingdale's, I guess.
Yeah. So gotcha. Are you a car guy? CS wants to know.
Oh,
he's like,
yeah, I thought this question might come up. So I'm a huge car guy. So
that's another hour coming up.
Yeah. I didn't want to bore anyone with it, but
maybe we'll cover that another time.
Tell us what's your daily or like.
So what's my daily? My daily is a Jeep Grand Cherokee, but what I do have is I had a 911 GT3 RS.
Oh shit!
And
so cute.
Then
what color?
It was black with red red rims. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I have.
He has
I
a
had
Ferrari.
No. I got rid of that, and then I decided that as my family kind of grew a little bit, I got a Panamera 4S. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Porsche.
Yep. Stick
Nice.
with the Porsches. I do love Porsche. So
they're bulletproof. They don't break. Speedy Hernandez, $10. Thank you for the great contribution to the show, George. Also a PSA: the sexual tension in the chat between Ron the Shrink and Blondie has just been surpassed by Fat Windbag Ben and Diego. These guys love each other. They love each other.
And I love Mr. Zoso that I'm racking a Corolla.
Do you have a personalized license plate on your car by any chance?
No, I had one many years ago, but it said.
What did it say?
It just said it had the letter B, and then it had C as in Charlie, N, U for DK, BC and U for decay, tooth decay.
Okay, nice.
Nice.
Okay,
BC and U for decay.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And what do you think of crypto? Is it
Oh,
crypto
yeah.
crap, or is it the future technology?
I'm a crypto. I'm into crypto.
Oh,
So you're buying now.
Or did, and I made my stuff known on the chat. I said I firmly believe the market's bottomed weeks ago.
Yes, you did say that. Yes,
yeah,
I remember.
And I said the Bitcoin market has bottomed. Could I be right? Maybe I'm right now. I could be wrong long term, but it looked like everything bottomed. You bet I'm a hodler, Whiskey Reaper. I believe in it, and I have other things that I also believe in. Other stuff, precious metals, things like that as well. So it's like, well, I try to diverse myself out there.
Brightling, why is there adult content that keeps going in the chat? Those are our sponsors. Love chat. XYZ. It's just
like I
spam,
said,
man. It's spam.
Fantastic.
There's nothing we can
Fantastic.
do
The
about
best place to go for trusted
Yes.
porn.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah,
By the way, I checked
definitely
it out.
crypto.
I have better
Crypto.
websites, guys. If you want great porn websites, just email me. I'll hook you up with some amazing websites.
Or become a $10 a month member. And
or become a $10 a month member. Yeah, guys.
Have access
right
to
now,
the WhatsApp group that I don't.
yeah, become a cult member, as some would say. Become a cult member. Right now, you get a 50% off. YouTube has a promo right now. Become a cult member. What do you mean, Brightling? Be careful. There's nothing I could do. This is it's just spam. What are you going to report me? What is he going to report me because that guy, because there's a spam in the chat that I have no control of? Jesus Christ.
And yes, I do have silver. Yes, I do have gold and all the other stuff. So I'm into all that as well. So try to be a little bit of everything and just kind of write it out. But I think like my parents always told me, this is the greatest country on God's green earth, and we're blessed to live in this country. And our days are, some bad days, bad years in this country, but there's always more better years than bad years. And if you look at the stock market and a chart, it goes from the lower left to the upper right. It doesn't go from the upper left to the lower right, so just
let's get into a few esoteric financial questions. Right. George, do you like Monero? We're on the Shrink, $2. George, do you like Monero and your favorite alternative coin?
Altcoins. Oh God, I like Dogecoin. I like XRP, Ripple, or used to like Ripple. But I don't know what happened to it. I had a little bit in it, not anything consequential. But basically, I stick with Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Okay, there you go.
Tesla.
Yeah.
And
you're a dessert guy.
Am I a dessert guy? Yeah, hell yeah, I am.
All right, favorite flavor ice cream from George. We'll go around the panel.
Yeah.
Tim, Favorite flavor ice cream?
You know what? I like vanilla with Oreo cookies.
Okay. Cookies and cream. All right, Boston.
Mint chip.
Mint chip. I like chocolate chip. How about you, George?
I'm a Rocky Road kind of guy.
Rocky Road's there. We're really getting to. We're really finding out what drives George's psyche.
But cars are just a hobby. Those I don't really care about that much. But definitely the watches are much more into that versus anything else. So, but there's a lot of great questions. But like I said, it's just for me, watches are just some way to make a friend, to start a discussion.
It's a great icebreaker. Sanskrit, guys. It's
I don't speak any Sanskrit, but I am fluent in Spanish.
Oh, interesting. And all right. Any final questions from OC or Boston Collector? Gotta wrap it up, guys. I told George I was gonna end it about 15 minutes ago. I guess that's it.
No, thank you, George. Really
Fantastic.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
Appreciate the opportunity to come on. We'll see you guys in the OC.
Yeah.
It's amazing show. George, thank you so
Boston,
much.
your collection is my envy, my friend.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you coming on. It's good to hear your insight and everything. It's awesome.
And all you guys on the chats, love you all.
Yeah.
See you guys later. You guys are the
Chat's
best.
awesome.
Take care.
Boston Collector OC, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Hit the upvote button before you leave. Consider becoming a part of the cult by subscribing to a membership program. Check out our sponsors. And just be cool, guys. Be cool, everybody. It's a great show, man. I'm looking forward to a lot more exciting unboxings and collection continuation from our good friend George.